with Randy Southard. We're at Columbus High School, and the Columbus Titans and Frontenac Raiders ready to hook it up. A couple of teams that are unbeaten at 7-0, 1-0 in district play. So ramifications as far as the district and league race, and it should be an excellent contest on a beautiful night for football. Now, the Pittsburgh State University pregame, whatever you're looking for in the university, you can find it at Pittsburgh State University. For more information, visit them online at pittstate.edu. You belong at Pittsburgh State University. The first look brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. Don't just see better, see the best at Kennar Eye Care. Stop in the newly expanded Pittsburgh facility at 2521 North Broadway or catch us in Girard at 111 North Summit. Kennar Eye Care, the clear choice. The Columbus Titans, of course, with Dan Grundy, we mentioned 7-0 and coming off a 42-14 win at Baxter Springs to open district play last week. The Titans 7-0 overall and 1-0 in district play. The Frontenac Raiders of Mark Smith also 7-0, 1-0. The Raiders at home knocked off Parsons Vikings 55-14 last week, so that sets up another battle that seems to be the case. This is 3 years in a row where it's really narrowed down to this, and Raiders won here 2 years ago, then fell at home last year, and rubber match, I guess, of the three tonight, and it's Frontenac taking on Columbus in what should be one of the highlight games in the area on senior night here at Columbus High School. Well, coaches' interviews are brought to you by Commerce Bank. No matter how you like to bank, Commerce Bank fits your world, offering mobile banking, online banking, and online bill pay. You can even make a deposit from your mobile device. Commerce Bank makes banking easy and convenient. Earlier this week, we talked to both Columbus coach Dan Grundy and Frontenac coach Mark Smith, and we'll be back with both those conversations after we take a 2-minute break, and you're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Riley Evans, ball and stuff. Riley was the ball. Pause. Pause. Lucas played Ryder Mathis, Mike and Susan.
Go, talk.
And again, earlier this week, we talked with both coaches and the Pittsburgh State University pregame and the first look by Canara Eye Care. The coaches' interviews brought to you by Commerce Bank. No matter how you like to bank, Commerce Bank fits your world, offering mobile banking, online banking, and online bill pay. You can even make a deposit from your mobile device. Commerce Bank makes banking easy and convenient. Again, earlier this week, we talked with Columbus coach Dan Grundy, and he had these thoughts about tonight's game.
We're getting it. We're getting it. Just write it out. Keep talking just a little bit.
All 1-0 in district play, and of course, leg up on both a
Huge
district
interview.
as well as a league title. Tonight's game here at Columbus between Frontenac and Columbus. Again, earlier this week, we talked with Columbus coach Dan Grundy. He had these comments about tonight's game.
Instinct. But as far as fear and pressure are concerned, no need to have any of that stuff because, all of our kids are going to be playing together. They know that if there's a mistake made by somebody, it was not intentional. We're just going to go play as hard as we can, try to be as physical as we can, and see what happens. I know that our kids are going to play hard, and you know that Frontenac's kids are going to play hard. So the one thing you hope is that you get just a quality football game. I know in the fourth quarter we want to have a chance to win the game, and I think with our kids, like I said, just coming out, just playing for each other, and having some fun, I think that can happen.
Coach, what does Frontenac do that concerns you the most?
Well, a couple things. Number one, you want to get the ball in Malik's hands. Whether he's throwing it or whether he's pitching it or anything like that. I'd rather have anybody else carrying it. That being said, most of their skill kids are either pretty fast or they're pretty physical, one of the two. So, we're going to have to be great tacklers tonight. There's situations where we may be one-on-one with him in different situations, or we may be one-on-one with the Ballinger kid. And, you just hope that we tackle well and we're always gap sound and not giving any big, long runs, making them work for it. I think our defense has played pretty well this season, so I truly anticipate that we can do that. But, if you get them putting together a 12-play drive, that can also hurt your confidence as a team too. So, just like I said, try to get them in some negative situations on first down and try to make it as difficult as possible. But definitely with Brandon, as athletic as he is, just got to make sure that we can wrap up and tackle him tonight.
Well, it's been kind of an interesting matchup. Your first 2 years in the league, you guys didn't play. And when it was all of 4A, you're in different districts and couldn't make it work. And these last two games have been pretty good games. 2 years ago, they won down there in a defensive battle. Last year, you guys won at Frontenac in a shootout. How do you see tonight's game going, style of play-wise?
I'm telling you, I think it could go just about anywhere. 2 years ago when they beat us here, I really felt their special teams, their punt. The kid went on to Pitt State. I'm losing his name
Seward.
right now, but the punt. I mean, he was moving the ball 50 yards for them, and that is just huge in high school football. It was putting us inside the 20. It seemed like almost every possession, and so that was a low-scoring game. Both defenses played great, so that was what it boiled down to 2 games ago. Then last year, we probably played the best half. I had a pretty good football team last year, but they played the best half of football I probably saw all year in the first half at Frontenac. And so, you can't just guarantee that's obviously going to happen every single time. So we played a tremendous first half last year, just hung on from that point on. So, I really can't tell just picked off, try to evaluate a little bit. As a defense, I feel like that are 2021. I know talking to Coach, they definitely want to be 49, 42 is what they'd rather have it be. So, like I said, it'll go either way, and like I said, I think all the kids will play hard. So hopefully it's fun to watch.
How's the injury report? You mentioned you getting Tucker back. Anybody else dinged up, Coach, in week 8? No,
believe it or not, we're as healthy as we probably have been. So getting Tucker back is going to be huge for us on the offensive defensive line. So hopefully it has a positive impact.
Well, Coach, all right.
An eye blocks about 17,000 times a day. But here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation, red eyes, and blurred vision. Don't assume your blurry vision means you need new glasses or contacts. The doctors at Kenora Eye Care are experienced in diagnosing and treating dry eyes with the newest treatments available. So schedule your eye exam in Pittsburgh or Girard with Kenora Eye Care, a clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
At Commerce Bank, we offer auto loans that fit your will. In my work, close auto loan now. The next car will be 40. Probably want 3 rows. The kids can really spread out. Whether you're buying used or refinancing your current car, Commerce Bank can help. We'll get you a competitive auto loan that fits your budget and flexible payment options that make sense for you. We can even pre-approve a loan. You can start looking for the car that fits your family. We make it easy. So apply today at a branch, over the phone, or online at commercebank.com. Easy? That's great. Easy. That's Commerce Bank.
What do you know about Crestwood Country Club? Did you know that all new members will receive 3 $20 food certificates for use upon sign-up? How about the fact that it typically takes less than 4 hours to complete a round of 18? Crestwood also offers plenty of space for private functions such as birthdays, weddings, reunions, any other special events. The 2016 membership drive is in full swing. For more information, contact General Manager Todd Casey at 231-6530. A golf heaven at a value price. Crestwood Country Club.
Evans Motors, we have something for everyone. Looking for a truck to help get the job done? It's on our lot. gas stations to around town. It's on our lot. Market for something reliable for your new teen driver. It's on our lot. Is your family growing and you need a vehicle with more space? It's on our lot. Come see all the vehicles on our lot at Evans Motors at the junction of 69 and 400 Highway just south of Pittsburgh, or check out our digital dealership online at evansmotors.com.
On a Friday against Parsons, and in that first quarter, but defense really did well against the run, made them one-dimensional throwing the ball. And, offense. Parsons, uh, they have some talent. They've got some speed, but a lot of their big guys, they've had a little, and that's been a problem for them. Yeah, they have a lot of young guys. Played very hard, played very well. We in the scored Raiders one just 55 win. Yeah, squad. Had a lot of good athletes. They run a very similar offense and defense to us. So he was things probably going to come to yep. Have running back. They're protect the head. Best skill year up to this point. Big, they're smart. They try to um, so sway you where they want you to go to open the big hole. So the run. And see implications. Interesting. The game for loses on the next game. Simply here. We're talking with good picks. We'll talk. Thanks, Rob.
Shotgun Sporting Goods, Broadway, Town, Pittsburgh. Everyone on the don't want to take call Wall Edward towards 620-230-0333 and take back control of your
I'm Karen, co-owner of Ed Outdoor.
Part of our show is branding and our ads on the digital billboard at 20th and Broadway.
Thanks, Brian. Learn more about our affordable, effective advertising at our
Wing, Christian or Rick Tony. Hearing at 620-249-9858. Joe Clark at SBC.
Courtesy of Lindbergh Pharmacy, the tradition of quality service continues today, just as it has since 1877. Lindbergh Pharmacy staff strives to provide superior clinical services and convenience to our customers. Of course, here, Frontenac, Columbus, Fox Sports 1340 AM. We've also got Colgan and Oswego. That's on 93.1 FM. Pittsburgh hosting Wichita North on 100.7 FM. All three of those contests stream live at ESPN1007.com. Other district battles, Galena hosting Southeast, Riverton entertaining Cherryville, Girard calling on Burlington, got Labette County at Chanute, Paola traveling to Fort Scott, Independence at Coffeyville, rivalry there, and Northeast playing host to Erie. That's a look around the area. Other area games courtesy of Lindbergh Pharmacy. We'll be back with the starting lineups courtesy of Pittsburgh Ford after we take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Hi, I'm Kelly Gorman. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Pittsburgh State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable it earned Pittsburgh State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's collegiate best bang for your buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburgh State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/being-a-gorilla.
Whether you're a girl headed into the 3rd grade or you're nearing the end of your high school career, if you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com. The campus bookstore, located inside the University Plaza, has always been the most affordable place to buy new and used textbooks for your college classes. And there is no doubt they offer the best price when buying them back. But did you know that now at the campus bookstore, you can save even more money? They will rent you the books you need for your classes. Don't stress about the buying and selling process. Rent your textbooks from the bookstore. Now back to Raider football.
Frontenac, Columbus. Starting lineups, Pittsburgh Ford. Pittsburgh Ford has a team of experts to ensure that you get exactly what you want when you step onto their lot. Whether you're there for an amazing new vehicle or to maintain your current one, Pittsburgh Ford is there to help. Pittsburgh Ford starting lineups.
For the Columbus Titans on offense, across the offensive line, they've got junior Tucker Coble, the junior Sam Eddington, sophomore Tyler Stice, senior Dalton Delmont, and senior Cody Robinson. 3 starting wide receivers, junior Cale Smith, a senior Luke Laws, and a sophomore Sean Robinson. 2 starting running backs, senior Peyton Hale, and junior Keenan Stanley, and the starting quarterback is junior Ridge Smith. For the Frontenac Raiders on offense, it's center, senior Cooper Grant, the 2 guards, junior Nathan Kaufman and senior Ryan Hemby, the 2 tackles, senior A.J. Lusker, senior Luke Lloyd, the tight end, senior Dylan Flora, 2 wide receivers, senior Isaac Bicknell, senior Ryan Long, the 2 running backs, senior Austin Model, senior Caden Bollinger, and the starting quarterback for the Frontenac Raiders, senior Brandon Malikas.
And we're nearing kickoff. Kickoff time and temperature, courtesy of CDL. CDL is the area leader in residential, commercial, industrial heating, cooling, and refrigeration. Call the professionals at CDL to make sure your home or office is the right temperature all the time. 7 o'clock. 57 degrees and calm. Perfect night for football opening kick. Brought to you by the law office of Edward J. Battatori. Protect your rights. You don't have to do it alone. Experience counts. Call the law office of Edward J. Battatori, 230-0333. The Titans win the toss, defer to the second half. The Raiders want the football. And kicking off for the Columbus Titans, Ridge Smith back to receive the kick. And actually, it's a short putt kick, and Cal Strand comes up and falls on it. Then he gets hit. And the Raiders will have it 1st and 10 just on their side of midfield.
Yeah, surprise onside. They'd been doing a lot of pooch kicks up short, but this one's on the ground. Surprise onside. Cal Strand alert on the front. Didn't take off too early. Did a good job securing it right as the Columbus player was getting right on him. So good job being alert and securing the ball. And great starting field position for the Frontenac Raiders.
And we'll get to the Jocks Niche keys to the game when we get the opportunity. 1st and 10 Raiders. Football at midfield. Brandon Malikas, the senior quarterback, under the center. The running backs line up in the eye. Bollinger, the fullback, the tailback model. And he takes the handoff and stop for no gain. Austin coming off an ankle injury, and a nice defensive effort there by Devin Bryant.
Yeah, and Sam Eddington did a good job up front for Columbus, getting penetration in the backfield. He caused Model to have to stop and look for another hole, and that's when he got tackled by a different player. But Eddington's the one that really made the play.
So 2nd and let's call it 11. Raiders from their own 49-yard line. Wide left goes long. Coming out wide, the right side is Bicknell. In the slot left is Flora. Again, the running backs in the eye with Malikas under the center. Looking to throw. Puts it up for long. It is complete. And he is going to be wrestled down at the 45-yard line of the Titans.
Just good pitch and catch. You run just the 5 and out. Pick up the loss and plus some, make it a more manageable 3rd down. Now, Columbus doesn't necessarily give a huge cushion, but they do tend to bail. Their corners tend to bail out. They'll give up that short throw so they don't give up the long one.
3rd and 5 Raiders from the Titans' 45-yard line. Again, both teams 7-0, 1-0 in the district. Coming wide to right is Ginnivan. Wide left goes Bicknell. Joining Ginnivan wide to the right is Model. Out of the gun, Malikas with the blocking back, Bollinger. Rolling right, Malikas looking to throw back. And boy, an errant pass as Bicknell took off down the sideline and threw it behind them.
Yeah, miscommunication by the quarterback and receiver, which unusual for the Raiders. Looked like Malikas was expecting him to kind of run a little out. Bicknell was covered, so he turned it upfield, and you get the miscommunication. And now you're looking at a 4th and 5. And I didn't see the punter run on the field for Frontenac, so it looks like they're going to try to go for it.
And it could be in the area where you try and draw them off, too. It'd be close whether it'd even be a first down.
Pooch kick again as well.
Good
We've
possibility.
seen that happen before this year as well.
And he is a bit deeper, so that may be the call. Yes, it is. Left footer, no, not a good one.
Oh.
Went out of bounds, and boy, that's a short punt, and the Titans going to have the excellent field position with their first offensive possession.
Well, it was the right idea, just not executed well that time, so I'm not sure where they've even marked it. I think about the 30-yard line, 31-yard line.
31-yard line. So the Titans will start 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. 10:27 left here in the first quarter. Raiders 3 and out. Now the Titans with the football. Wide to the left, that is Luke Laws. Wide to the right side goes Gil Smith. Out of the gun, Ridge Smith. Now in motion out of the tailback position. To the left goes Keenan Stanley. He sets up now motion left to right. Oh, there's movement all over the place, and a penalty flag goes down. Boy, that was an involved play, and they couldn't get it set up there, and one of the other running backs got a little antsy.
Yeah, Zach Porter he's kind of like the fullback of the three backs that they'll play. He wasn't in the starting lineup necessarily, but he'll play a lot as kind of that fullback, and he took off a little bit early and pushed him back 5 yards.
So same formation. You got Ridge Smith out of the gun, blocking back to both sides, tailback behind him in Stanley, and there's an option left side, trying to get around the corner is Stanley. He does. Avoids one tackler, and then he is dragged down out near the 40-yard line, a gain of about 14.
Well, and that's the one thing if you're the Frontenac Raiders on defense you cannot do. You cannot give up your outside contain and let Stanley get to that outside. He's extremely fast. He's a big-bodied kid. Trying to see, they've got him listed as 185 pounds. He's every bit of that. And if he can get a head of steam going, he can cause some problems.
2nd and 2, Titans from their own 39. There's a give up the middle this time. This time, nothing there as a host of Raiders throws back the ball carrier. Now looks like some punches being thrown in there.
Well, A.J. Lusker from that defensive tackle position just engulfed him. He's making a habit of that. Just, boy, as soon as you run into big A.J., that play's over. You're going down.
3rd and 2. Titans quickly on the football. Speeding things up here from their own 39-yard line. Again, Smith out of the gun, blocking backs both sides. Now look to the side, set the play. And there's a direct snap this time. It is direct snap to Zach Porter. And boy, good second effort. They had it defended well. It's close to the first down, and it's going to depend on the spot.
It's very close. Andrew Mays got in on him early, but Ridge is kind of a stocky kid. Got some decent size to him, and he was able to fight forward somehow and make this close enough where they're going to have to bring the chains out and measure it.
I think they actually went the direct snap to the Porter, actually. Who was
oh,
to
was
his
it? I'm
right.
sorry.
If I saw it correctly, now that's not a guarantee. I do have my glasses on. But
well, I got to be honest, Rob, I wasn't looking at that part.
There you go.
It's your job to know who's got the ball, not mine.
Chain come from the far side, and then if it is short, you got a decision. Whether you would risk going for it this early, and it looks to be just a tad
just short.
Oh, no. Good. Boy, they moved it a second time, and I guess they gave him the first down. So we're able to pick up a couple and the first down.
Well, it was kind of funny because he signaled first down and none of the other officials moved anything, almost like they were looking at him like, are you sure? But it is a first down.
So the Titans with a 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. This time Smith under the center with the running backs out of the eye. Porter, the fullback, the tailback is Stanley. And there's a give. Stanley, left side, and he's got some room near side, crosses midfield before he's drug out of bounds by Ishimura. And, boy, that's close to a first down.
Well, and right now, Columbus line and their receivers are getting excellent blocks. The Raider defenders are not able to get off the blocks in order to make a play on the ball carrier. Just tremendous blocking right now. The Raiders are going to have to fight to get off them blocks so they can make a play.
2nd and 1 for the Titans. Football resting at midfield. Then out of the eye, Porter the fullback, the tailback Stanley. Motion left to right goes Sean Robinson. There's a give to Porter up the middle, and he's got the first down before he's planted by Long down at the 46-yard line after a gain of 4.
Yeah, they went with an inside trap and were able to get it blocked pretty well. Long did a good job reading it and coming in from that kind of safety outside linebacker position to stop him, but it is certainly enough for a first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Titans at the Raiders' 46-yard line. Wide to the right goes Kill Smith. Out wide to the left, that is Luke Laws. Slot left, Sean Robinson. Motion left to right. Out of the gun. Ooh, high snap. Quarterback able to get it. Room up the middle, and that is Hale. And he is knocked down at the 31-yard line. He has a first down. A big hole opened up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you heard Coach Smith talk about how they kind of shield you and make you kind of think you're going where you want to go, but you're actually running out of the hole. And that looks like what they do. Their offensive line doesn't like fire off the ball really hard, but they shield you extremely well and create a hole that way.
So 1st and 10 for the Titans from the Raiders' 31-yard line. There's a give the trap to the motion man, Robinson. He's good for 5 down near the 25-yard line. I tell you, we have a low vantage point here, so it's hard to spot the ball where it's going to be, so you're going to have to give a second here. 2nd and 4 from the Titans. Football resting at the Raiders' 26-yard line. Resetting the play clock. Again, out of the gun, Smith blocking backs to both sides. Stanley along with Hale. Motion right to left, Robinson again. High snap, and there's a little, well, a crossbuck action. Faked it to both running backs, and Smith keeps it, and he is, well, he may have gotten a yard at most on that one.
Yeah, and that's where they'll pull a guard on that, and then they've got an extra back to lead through the hole. So it's almost like an ISO with a pulling guard. But this time, Frontenac able to squeeze everything down, not give an inch, and had no place to run.
3rd and 4, Titans. 26 of the Raiders. Running backs in the eye this time. And there's option left side, and that's Stanley. It turns the corner, and he is knocked out of bounds, has the first down near the 16-yard line.
Well, and again, no outside contain for the Raiders on that side of the defense. Gave him a soft edge and able to turn it up down the sideline, making it look rather easy against a Frontenac Raider defense that's been more than stingy this year.
Yeah, they're coming out, hooking that end, and then not getting the sport coming up afterwards, too. And he's just getting around that corner, and Stanley's got the speed to get there.
Well, it's kind of the, whether you want to call them safeties or outside linebackers that are the ones that are not able to maintain it. And it's been both sides so far here in this first quarter.
1st and 10, Titans on the move at the Raiders' 16-yard line. Get out of the gun. There's the trap. That's Sean Robinson once again, and this time he turned in and stopped for a short gain.
Better that time, able to string it out, not able to get all the way around to the end. But, well, yeah, I'd just like to see the Raider defense, get some more penetration, go up the field, get the end up the field, get that outside linebacker with that contain. You've got to get up the field as deep as the ball and force him to turn it back to where you've got the pursuit.
Running backs out of the I formation with Porter the fullback. Stanley the tailback behind Smith. There's a give. Stanley up the middle this time, and he avoids a couple tacklers. Nice yardage. Inside the 10, down near the 6, close to a first down, and see where they mark. I think they got it.
Well, and it's that same play where they pull the guard. You've got the lead back through. This time they were able to punch open a hole. Raiders not able to collapse that hole down.
1st and goal for the Titans. And the football resting at the Raiders' 6-yard line after that 10-yard pickup by Keenan Stanley. 4 carries, 42 yards out of the eye. Smith under the center. Robinson slot left, motion left to right. There's a give, dive, Porter. Not much there as they're stacked up. There's still battling in there. He may have got down to about the 4, picked up a couple.
And Dylan Flora this time, he's been getting blocked on these last few plays up the middle. This time able to slip past the blocker and read it very well. Got into Hale before he could get going. Or I'm sorry, which one was that? That wasn't Hale. That was Porter.
Had that one. Actually, a pickup of 1. 2nd and goal, Titans from the Raiders' 5. There's a give. That is Stanley. And this time, boy, he's tripped up and put on his head after a short gain. Not much there. It looked like it was opening up, and somebody undercut him, and he went flying.
Yeah, it's Jake Wilbert over there, and he normally has that outside contain. Found himself kind of on the inside. Stanley saw the hole to the outside, tried to get there. Wilbur able to upend him and flipped him, and he got him in the legs. If Wilbur doesn't make that tackle, that might have been a touchdown.
5 carries, 44 yards for Stanley unofficially, 5:22. Clock moving first quarter, no score, but the Titans threatening with a 3rd and goal. And it's at the Raiders, let's call it the 4-yard line. The eye, there's the give. Stanley trying to go around the left side, and he straight arms one, dives. No, I don't think he got in. He's at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to mark him just short. He dove for the pylon, looked like the ball hit the pylon, but the official's saying that he either stepped out or was out before he got to it. So it's going to set up a big 4th down play and a huge play early in this contest.
So actually the ball looks like it's about on the 2. So a 4th and goal for the Titans from the Raiders' 2-yard line, taking a little time, play clock down to 15. And we may see if we get a timeout here and set it up, but no, they rush to the line. Running backs, well, they got Smith out of the gun. Robinson motion right to left, they call timeout, so they kind of probably had that in mind before they let that play get off, but the clock's still moving. It should have been about 5:01 is actually. And finally get it stopped at 4:50. So that's where we'll have 4:50 remaining here in the first quarter, no score. And boy, impressive drive by the Titans.
Yeah, absolutely. And taking it right at the Raider defense. They've been able to run inside. They've been able to run outside. Raiders right now just not able to quite figure out what they're doing to them up front, because the blocking's been fantastic. The line's done a great job for Columbus, but really their receivers have done an excellent job as well.
So it'll be 4th and goal for the Titans, and the football, well, they're going to call it the 1 is where they have it marked. So big play here early with 4:50 left in the first quarter.
Well, and if they get a score here, it couldn't have been a better start for Columbus. You kick, you get a 3 and out, you get the ball, and you march it right down the field. If they can get a score, boy, it kind of makes a statement on this game early.
They're trying to get 5:07 on the clock as it, when they took the timeout, that was what was on it. It's at 4:50. And now a little delay is so there isn't enough drama here. We get to wait to get the clock reset.
One thing there's no doubt is the Columbus Titans came to play tonight. That is absolutely for sure the way this game has gotten started.
There we go, 5:07. So 4th and goal, Titans from the Raiders, 1. Smith under the center. Running backs in the eye. Porter, the fullback, the tailback, Stanley. And there's a give. They're trying the left side. Oh, he gets hemmed in, still on his feet, and he's not going to get it. And he's gang tackled and thrown down. And that big stand by the Raiders.
Great
that
penetration.
Time the ends came up there and took care of business.
That's exactly right. The defensive end came up, but also the weak safety, outside linebacker came up and made him not just bounce it to the outside, but bounce it backwards. So then the safety got on him. Here comes the corner, and then here comes the rest of the cavalry. A huge play by the Raiders up front to stop that. Big goal line stand, get the ball, and now let's see if the offense can get something going.
So 1st and 10 for the Raiders. And we're going to try and see, it's about the, looks like about the 14-yard line is where they mark it. Trips left, 1 wide out right. Malika's under the center, trying to keep the football. He is, and he slipped down. Boy, he made a nice move there and got out near the 20, turned. Didn't look like much there, but then he popped out of there, but slipped when he made the cut.
Yeah, and I walked out on the field beforehand. The field's in excellent condition. I think he slept there because he was trying to make such a drastic cut. I don't think that's a field condition at all. I kind of made the comment. I walked off the field, looked at one of the Frontenac coaches. I said, we won't know what to do playing on a dry field.
2nd and 4, Raiders. From their own 20-yard line. Trips to the right this time. Malika's out of the gun. He's going to keep the football. Tries the left side. Splits a couple of defenders. Has the first down.
Columbus's alignment on defensively has been interesting. They've really been heavy towards the strong side, to the tight end side more importantly. That time the Raiders, something to note, they had 3 receivers out wide, no free safety back. 3 defenders out there, but all within 10 yards of the football, no free safety deep.
1st and 10, Raiders from their own 26-yard line. Out of the gun, Malikas. Bollinger the blocking back. Malikas pitch, sweep, Bollinger, and he is hemmed in, brought down, got to the 30, but here comes a penalty flag. Wow, from way behind the play. Pick up of about 4, but that would be in the area where you'd have a block, and a hold is a preliminary signal.
Yeah, Zach Porter, a great job getting off his block to make the tackle. And last week he had a great game against Baxter, but to be perfectly honest, he wasn't blocked that much against Baxter. This time he was able to take on the blocker, use his hands, get off of it, and make the play. And I think he might have even been the one that drew the hold as well.
So holding will go against the Raiders. 3:58 left here in a scoreless first quarter. See what they have facing them is that from the spot, and so it'll be still first down. And 16 for the Raiders. Football resting just outside the Titans' 20-yard line. Going wide to the left, Ginnivan, joined out there by Model, also Flora. Wide to the right is Clefman, out of the gun. Malikas looking to throw, puts it up, and a diving attempt by Flora, couldn't find the handle.
Well, had 3 slants going on that far side, had trips left. All 3 guys were running slants at different levels. Chose Flora, who was open. That one just a little bit hot and not quite on him. Not the most accurate throw that Malikas has had all year. But I think receivers usually, if you get a hand on it, feel like you ought to catch it, but it'd have been a heck of a catch.
2nd and 16, Raiders from their own 20-yard line. This time, long comes wide right. Out wide left goes Model. Out of the gun, Malikas with Bollinger, the blocking back. Motion left to right goes Model. There's a keeper. Malikas trying the left side. Oh, man, he was able to pick up about 5, and he was about 1 tackler away from going.
Well, anytime Frontenac has 1 tight end and just 2 receivers out, 2 backs in the backfield, Columbus is putting 8 in the box, if not 9. They're stacking everything up, especially to Flora's side, to the tight end side, and they're just really constricting that running play just because they've got so many guys up there. I would be looking for some play action and looking to go deep by Frontenac soon.
3rd and 12 Raiders from their own 25-yard line. Trips left, 1 wide out to the right side. Again, out of the gun. Malikas rolling left, looking for a receiver. Forced to scramble, and boy, he is hauled down back about the 20-yard line. Sam Eddington got a hold of him and just he's trying to find a receiver, and it was blown up.
Well, Frontenac was going with probably their favorite play, the flood route. You've got the 3 receivers all running into out patterns to one side, and normally one of those 3's open. No one open down the field. Malikas no place to go with the football, and I think Eddington might be a little bit quicker than Malikas thought because he was able to chase him down, grabbed him by the back, and got the sack. So another stand for the Columbus Titans defense.
And Trey Harris back to punt. High snap. Harris comes down with it. End over end. Back to receive it. Stanley, and I believe, one hop, and he takes it with one hand. And, boy, the defender held up. Now he has room near side. Oh, and there's a terrific block back, and Malikas brings him down.
That is supposed to be illegal.
Yeah, it has to be. Did he throw a flag?
No. There's no flag, but that is they have made that illegal in the last 2 years to make those comeback blocks illegal, and it was obvious.
There was no doubt about that. And boy, I didn't see who was the recipient of that, but and it looked like the punt cover slowed up a little bit, like they maybe had a pretty good shot at Stanley, but maybe they didn't think he was going to get it, going to be able to down it in any event. The Titans will start 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 38-yard line after the tremendous punt return by Stanley. Smith out of the gun. Robinson motion right to left there as you have Hale up the middle. He's got some more room, and he bowls over tackler inside the 30.
Well, this is a perfect case of taking a defender where he thinks he wants to go, and he's actually taking himself out of the play. Ginnivan getting up the field, which normally is exactly what you want, but he ends up getting so far up the field because the tackle lets him go that he ends up creating the hole on that side. So it's they're in a catch-22. if some plays, if you don't get up the field, you're in trouble. In that case, he got up the field and got himself in trouble.
2nd and 2. They fake the throw to the right side, and a nice defensive effort. Who had penetration? Was that
Mays was the penetration.
Mays was in there, and the tackle
slowed him up, and Flora finished him off. Yeah. But you got to figure here, you would think 4-down territory for Columbus unless they have a negative play on 3rd.
With a 3rd and 4 for the Titans from the Raiders' 32-yard line. Out wide to the left is Cale Smith. Running backs to the right of Smith. Option right side. Stanley tries to cut it back inside, and this time he's been brought down. He picked up a couple, but it will be 4th down.
Yeah, Wilbert that time really good outside contain. Made him turn it back in where everybody else was coming to get the tackle. So good team defense that time, but Wilbur with a good angle with these outside contain.
4th and 4 Titans from the Raiders' 31-yard line, down to 38 seconds left here in a scoreless first quarter. Out of the gun, Smith. To his left is Porter. Behind him, Stanley. There's a give. Stanley up the middle, got the first down and more as he tries to split a couple of defenders, brought down at the 15.
Nice hole, left side of the offensive line, making a nice hole. He's clean through the line, gets to the 2nd level, and nearly broke it for the touchdown. Right now, that Raider defense really, I think, kind of confused up front on how they should best attack that offensive line.
So a 1st and 10 for the Titans. Football resting at the 15 of the Raiders. Again, out of the gun, Smith. And there's a give to Porter. And boy, he gets through the defensive line there and is able to get a nice gain down to the 11. Pick up a 4, not much there. And that'll do it for the first quarter. No score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Hi, I'm
Why should you choose Pittsburgh State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburgh State University.
Defense been moving the football. A defensive stand by the Raiders, and it held it scoreless, but the Titans moving the ball once again.
Yeah, impressive first quarter. Raiders probably lucky this is a scoreless game. Raiders have done nothing offensively in 2 possessions. Columbus Titans with very good defense. Got 2 stops. They got 1 drive, marched it right down the field at will. It was only when they got goal to goal the Raiders were able to come up with the stop. They get the ball the 2nd time, and they marched the ball right down the field again. So we'll see if the Raider defense can bow up, do the whole bend but don't break.
2nd and 7 for the Titans from the Raiders' 12-yard line as we start the second quarter. Wide to the right, it goes Stanley this time. Joined out there by Cale Smith and also on Robinson. Running back is Hale behind the quarterback, Smith. Now motion right to left goes Robinson, and they give it to Hale up the middle. And he is tripped up and brought down. Flora got an ankle there and got down to the 10, gain of a couple.
Yeah, good job by Flora getting to him because it looked like he was going to have a crease. Flora able to shoot through, get just enough of his ankles to get him down.
3rd and 5 for the Titans from the Raiders, 10-yard line. Big crowd here on a beautiful night for football. Kickoff, it was 57 degrees and calm. And Titans moving the football. Motion left to right. Robinson looking to throw Ridge Smith, and he sets up a screen. It is complete to Hale, and he goes in for the score. Boy, a perfect call. They rushed the quarterback, and he just dumped it off for a 10-yard touchdown pass.
Well, you're absolutely right. This is a great play call, and I don't know that the Raiders have seen this on film. I don't remember seeing a screen pass at all. Great time to call it. You get everything flowing to the right. You kind of have the comeback screen to the back to the left. Only 1 Raider there really to try to stop it. When he couldn't make the play, he walked into the end zone.
So the extra point attempt coming up, and the kicker is Will Eddington out of the hold of Jared Graham. And this one is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right. 11:20 left first half. Columbus leads Frontenac 6-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Andy Southern, Columbus High School. The Titans lead the Frontenac Raiders 6-0 with 11:20 left first half. The Titans to kick off, and Ridge Smith tees it up at the 40 and did the onside kick the first time. Back to receive the kick, Tristan Fay, and also joining him back there is Brendan Ishimura. See if they go with the pooch or the onside or what they do this time. This time they hop it up in the air. Bollinger comes up with it at the 35, still on his feet, and then he is tackled just shy of the 40-yard line.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the Raiders respond. The Raiders, I don't believe, have been behind in any game this year. Not just behind in this game, but being well outplayed for the first quarter in the first minute of the second here. Outplayed by Columbus. We'll see if they're able to respond well or if they are a little shell-shocked.
1st and 10, Raiders, they'll start from their own 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Malikas, and boy, they're short a player. Oh, that's... Finally get the offense up. Malikas out of the gun, blocking backs to both sides, and they're going to give it to Model, and he cuts inside. Nice carry on first down. Now the 45-yard line.
On the better first down play for the Raiders, they've had either negative plays or penalties or something like that that's put them behind the sticks, I think, on all but one of the first down plays that they've had tonight. So nice to get a good 5-yard gain, set them up 2nd and 5 where you can do just about whatever you want.
Raiders from their own 45-yard line. Wide to the right goes Mansour. Slot to the right, Model. Wide to the left, Ginnivan. Out of the gun. Lincoln's going to keep it. Gets a block. Turns the corner, and he is dragged down, and not much there, but still got close to the first down.
Well, it was Gage Hudson for Columbus that got through with some early penetration, and it forced Bollinger, the lead blocking back, to kind of stop and block him. Well, that means Bollinger can't block anybody else, so by the time Malik gets to the outside, he's got no help, and the Titans are able to stop him. Now, it is a gain of 4, so it's a positive play, but boy, you'd sure that could have been a lot more if Bollinger can get out there and get a block.
Unofficially for the Raiders so far, just 27 yards of offense with 10 minutes left here in the first half. 3rd and 1, Frontenac. Raiders at their own 49-yard line. Malikas is going to follow the block. He goes around corner, gets the first down. Rather dangerous. He was stopped at the 47-yard line after picking the 4, but kind of strung that play out a little.
Yeah, nothing there up the middle. It was that quarterback follow. He decided to try to bounce it, and boy, when he started to bounce, I was a little concerned. Didn't look like he had a lot of room, but Brandon able to kind of squirm his way for that first down. So that's got to give the Raiders a little bit of confidence here. You can get 3 positive plays, you get the first down, and you got to keep the drive going.
1st and 10, Frontenac from the Columbus 47-yard line. 9:37 clock moving here in the second quarter. Columbus a 6-0 lead. Out of the gun, Malikas gives it, dive, Bollinger. Boy, not much there, but now he turns around the corner, still on his feet, and he is brought down near the 40 of the Titans. Nice run by Bollinger, not much there.
Yeah, this is all Caden Bollinger, just nothing up front, no place to go. Just kept those feet driving, kept his balance, picked up 7, just all on his own.
2nd and 3 for the Raiders from the Titans 40-yard line. Raiders in the visiting white jerseys with the black numerals, black helmets, black pants. Raiders from the Titans 40. Running backs in the eye behind Malikas. And looking, going over the middle, and overthrown as a pass intended for Long, and back there on defense was Luke Laws.
Well, I love the play-action pass call because it's one-on-one coverage and basically no free safety. A strange route combination, though. Both wide receivers on each side were running post patterns. They were kind of running almost towards each other into the same area of the field. Malika's throwing that up when hoping his receiver can go up and get it, but he certainly was well covered and not really open.
3rd and 3, Raiders from the Titans 40-yard line here, where you may be in that 4-down territory. I guess you can have a decision again, or else you can go with the punt or see what they do here on 3rd and 3. Couple wideouts left, one blocking back to the left of Malikas out of the gun, and he's going to keep the football, tries the left side, and he's got the first down and more, turns the corner, and he is loose inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and a helmet pops off, and he is close to the 2-yard line. Well, unbelievable run.
Yeah, vintage Brandon Malikas, because it looks like he's got nothing at the line of scrimmage. He's able to slip one tackle on the end of the line and get to the outside and then outrun several players before he gets finally caught. Now, I noticed, though, when he gets up, he's walking a little gingerly back to the huddle, bent over in the huddle right now. I don't think he's going to come out of the game, but I don't think he feels very good right now either.
So a 1st and goal for the Raiders, and it looks like it's about the 2-yard line. He's a little gimpy walking up to the line. It's calling it the 3-yard line. Running backs out of the eye. There's a give. That's Bollinger. Oh, and he is hemmed in and brought down, thrown for no gain.
Yeah, and they tried ISO, and he decided to take it outside of his blocking back. Instead of trying to just duck his head and go, he wanted to try to get to the outside, fake him out, but not able to do so. Yeah, a case where a lot of times just better off ducking your head and driving those legs, push forward what you can get.
2nd and goal, Raiders from the Titans 4-yard line. Clock moving down to 7:42 here in the first half. Columbus a 6-0 lead. Raiders threaten. Wide right goes Long. Wide to the left. That's Bicknell. Flora slot right. Bollinger slot left. There's the keeper by Malikas trying to turn the corner. Gets the turner, dives. And he is stopped about the 2-yard line, a game of a couple.
Well, and this one's going to be there if he can get one more block on the outside. He couldn't quite get it. All he needed was one more, and he got into the end zone. You could kind of see that quarterback follow play coming. He got one block but couldn't get the second one.
And Brandon kind of bent over there. I don't know if he's still feeling the effects of that long run or what, but 3rd and goal, Raiders. They mark it at the 3-yard line. Model running back behind Malikas. There's give to Model, and he dives, and he's in for the score. Austin Model goes in from 3.
Wow, just straight up the gut, and I didn't think they got very much push. Apparently got a better push from our angle. Was tough to see. Model did a good job just diving straight ahead, following that offensive line, ends up getting across, and it's a big touchdown for the Raiders, and what an answer. After giving up the score to Columbus, you come right back, get the score and the extra point to take the lead.
And Harris to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Long, and Whitehat resets the play clock. Had been ticking down, trying to break the 6-all tie here. High snap, Long gets it down, kick plenty long enough, and it is good. 6:48 left in the first half. Frontenac leads Columbus 7-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The city of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens enjoy a small-town atmosphere and all that a close-knit community has to offer. Situated on the crossroads of 2 major highways, those living in Frontenac can easily travel and enjoy the amenities of larger cities in a shorter travel distance. The community boasts an outstanding school system, low taxes, complete city services, including 24-hour police and fire protection. Good luck, Raiders, from the mayor, city council, and staff.
Now, back to Raider football.
Southern, Columbus. Frontenac Raiders lead the Titans 7-6, 6:48 going in the first half. Boy, a good one going here at Columbus High School, as expected.
I was just about to say the exact thing. We expected a good football game, and boy, have we got one. Columbus has really come ready to play. They're playing extremely hard right now, and even though they gave up that, a touchdown drive, I still felt like they were playing extremely hard and going after it. Raiders with some excellent individual efforts for some big plays, able to go down and take the lead. And now it's the defense's turn.
Trey Harris to kick off. Stanley back. And over in, and boy, he kicks it to him, and it goes right to Stanley, and he's going to, well, it's a touchback, which is a great defense if you get across that goal line, which been spoiled kind of this year. Harris has done a good job on those kickoffs.
Yeah, that's a big thing with Stanley. You know, as big as he is, as fast as he is, you get him in some open field, it can be trouble. So if you can get him pushed back in that end zone, that's a big play.
1st and 10, Titans, they'll start from their own 20-yard line with 6:46 left in the first half, and Frontenac the 7-6 lead. See if the Raider defense make it a little more difficult on the Titans offense. They've been moving the football.
And Brandon Malikas out on the field for defense, but still moving a little gingerly.
Out of the gun, Smith, and he is going to give it to Stanley. He tries the middle, he's hemmed in and then brought down, and not much going there as they hemmed him in that time.
Yeah, that play's hit and miss right now. It either works extremely well or it doesn't work at all. This time the Raiders squeezed that hole down, no place to run, just gave up a yard.
2nd and 9. Titans from their own 21-yard line. Wide outs to both sides, slot left. Out of the gun, now in motion. Goes Stanley, a little swing pass. It is complete. That is to Stanley, and boy, well defended. About 5 Raider tacklers there. Stops him for a gain of only a couple, maybe 3.
Well, I was surprised he turned it in as quick as he did and didn't try to get to the sideline quicker. Long out there, got cut block by the wide receiver. He did a good job to get back up and get in on the play, but I thought the outside was open. He came more towards the inside where the Raider pursuit could come get him.
And 3rd and 6. They got a little, well, apparently a helmet problem there for one of the Raiders. They got that taken care of. 3rd and 6, Titans from their own 24-yard line.
And this is a big play right now if the Raiders can get a stop and get the ball back. So a huge 3rd down in this game.
Out of the gun. Now in motion, Stanley goes this time to the right side. Now he resets in the slot to the right side. Dropping back, Smith looking to throw. Gonna go long. Puts it up for grabs. Malikas. Oh, and boy, he almost had the pick. He was backpedaling and then trying to make the connection. Kill Smith had a chance for it, and he couldn't get it. And Brandon Malikas, well, he's still getting up gingerly. And he's not feeling real good, and he gets to the sideline. Well, we assume it's a punting situation, but boy, that was a good opportunity to maybe get intercepted, and then possibility of a completion.
Yeah, and I think the receiver, thought Malikas was going to come up with it, and when it went through his hands, it hit him right in the belly. But luckily for the Raiders, ball fell to the ground. But a good defensive stand nonetheless, forcing the punt. Now will be the case of we'll have to see how healthy Brandon Malikas is.
And Stanley, the punter, so you got to beware. Don't let him take off. The left-handed punter gets away, end over end. Bicknell takes it. Nice catch. Tries to split a couple of defenders, but he can't. He's out the 41. You got to turn around and block.
Well, I tell you,
there's a couple other guys back there not looking to pick off any of the Titans defending.
I think he. I was nervous when he went to catch that ball. I think he caught the back half of the ball with his fingertips. That was dangerous, but it also, though, catching the ball probably saved 10 or 15 yards of field position.
So the Raiders will start 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line with 5:16 left here in the first half. And Frontenac 7-6 lead. Coming out wide to the left comes Bicknell. Joined out there by Model. Also Long. Out of the gun, Malikas with the blocking back of Bollinger to his left. A quick hitch. That's complete. That's Bicknell. Oh boy, he just not much going. Maybe the 41 before he's thrown down. And just slow developing there. And a little too long for the blocker to come out and hold that block.
Well, it's a case where they've done it all night long. They've done a great job of being able to get off these blocks for the Raiders and end up making a play. A perfect example of it right there.
2nd and 9 for the Raiders from their own 41-yard line. Down to 4:48 left here in the first half. Frontenac the 7-6 lead. Going wide to the right is Ginneman. Joined out there by Model. Also Flora heads that way. He's tight right. Wide to the left, Mansour. Get out of the gun with Malikas and the blocking back Bollinger. Malikas going to just take the snap, try the right side. Nothing doing as he's thrown down.
Eddington, another big play. He's had a heck of a first half on defense for sure. And just no place for Malikas to run.
And officially 9 carries, 61 yards for Brandon Malikas. The Raiders are going to face it again at 3rd and 9 from their own 41-yard line. Clock moving down to 4:05. Frontenac, the 7-6 lead. Coming wide to the left is Bicknell. Slot left, Model. White right. Goes long. Slot right is Flora. Again, Malika's out of the gun with the blocking back Bollinger. Looking to pass. Got time. Going long. Puts it up. Oh, he's pushed down. That's got to be a flag.
Absolutely.
My, oh, my. The one deep wasn't going to call it. Had it right in front of him, and luckily the one on the far side pushed it. I mean, that was blatantly pass interference.
Yeah, the receiver trying to get to the football and the defender not allowing him to get through. Now, in essence, though, it's a good penalty because it's in high school. It's not a spot foul. It's 15 yards from the previous, from the snap, from where the ball was snapped. So instead of getting 40 or 50 yards, you're only giving up the 15.
And if that would have fallen incomplete, you'd have been in a punting situation for the Raiders. Now after the markup, they'll have a 1st and 10 will Frontenac from the Columbus 45-yard line.
It's a strange mark-off, though. It's about a mark-off of 12 yards. Interesting.
3:40 left here in the first half. Frontenac the 7-6 lead with the football. 1st and 10 from the Titans 45. Bollinger cuts up the middle, and he's dragging tacklers inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Bollinger with a couple of runs, and pretty nice effort right there. 7 quick yards, 3 carries for 13 yards unofficially.
Well, and the Raider line that time able to block the defensive line, not quite getting to the second level just yet, as Zach Porter was able to come in again and make another play from that outside linebacker, or Frontenac might call it a weak safety look.
Second, let's call it 4 for the Raiders from the Titans 39-yard line. Brandon Malikas in the gun with Bollinger the blocking back. Give to Bollinger, cuts inside once again, has the first down as he is inside the 35, down near the 33-yard line.
Luke Loy that time, the right tackle. Good job of shielding his man, kind of taking a page from Columbus there. Didn't necessarily fire off and blow his man back, but he shielded him. Had good footwork to turn him into where he kept the defensive lineman on the inside. Gave a place for Bollinger to go on the outside.
1st and 10, Raiders. They're at the Titans' 34-yard line with 2:44 left in the first half. Frontenac the 7-6 lead. This time the running back's in the eye behind Malikas under the center, and there is the give, and that is, he trips up, lost the football, and Ginneman's there to fall on it.
I'm not sure when he lost the ball. I thought he might have been down before the ball come out. Looks like they're going to talk about it, but they are going to call it a fumble.
Yeah, just one of those. The running back actually just lost his footing and went down trying to catch himself, and the ball squirted out of there. And
well, I'm surprised. That's a couple times we've seen people slip because, boy, the field was sure in really nice condition.
2nd and 14 for the Raiders from 38 of the Titans. There's a quick hitch. That's complete. That's long. Avoids the first tackle. Has the first down and more. He could go. Ryan Long, touchdown.
And how many times have we seen it? You just get the quick hitch to Long. If he breaks one tackle, he's got the sideline. They've been having no free safeties back hardly at all in this game, so they give up the short pass, which Columbus is perfectly willing to do. They count on those corners to make the tackle. Long breaks the tackle and then sprinted down. I'm not sure he's ever ran that fast in his life to get down that sideline and get into the end zone.
And the extra point coming up from Trey Harris out of the hold of Long. That one is up plenty long enough, and it is good. Minute 55 left here in the first half. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Now back to Raider football.
2:55 left first half. Frontenac with 14-6 lead over Columbus. And you mentioned the Raiders and University being behind for the first time. They responded well. Now, here's a pivotal point. Do you go ahead and try and rely on Trey Harris to put it in the end zone and not let Stanley return it? Or do you maybe line drive it down there?
I think they'll just kick it deep and trust the kick coverage team. It's more of his style. I'm not sure he kind of want to try a directional kick, so I think he'll try to blast it as far as he can.
Stanley back to receive the kick from Harris. And this one's a little shorter, end over end. Stanley's going to get a return at about the 5-yard line. Picks his way up the middle, and yeah, there you go with good coverage as he's brought down about the 25-yard line.
As long as you can keep him to the middle of the field, you're in pretty good shape to stop him. You just can't let him get to the outside.
1st and 10. Titans. And again, with our little vantage point, I'm having a little trouble spotting there. You can't really see the yard markers. I think it's about the 26-yard line where Columbus will start this offensive possession with 1:49 remaining and Frontenac the 14-6 lead.
And we'll see if they put the ball in the air here and try to score. Most of their throws are double move deep patterns.
Smith out of the gun, option right side, and that is Stanley. He is hemmed in, tries to reverse his field, and he is still on his feet. And a nice effort there as Floor got him and brought him down.
Rob, on the way over here, I said I'd really like to see the officials let him play, but that's a blatant hold on the outside on that play. I mean, the jersey came 6 inches off of the shoulder pad. It's as blatant out in the open as you can possibly get. I mean, I want to let him play too, but some stuff ended up having to be called.
2nd and 9 for the Titans from their own 27-yard line now. Smith under the center. The running backs are in the I formation. There's the give. That's Stanley just straight up the middle. And a nice effort there as he tried to string outside. Malikas got him. Wilbur's in on the tackle. Ginneman hanging around. Actually able to pick up about 6 quick yards on that one.
And right here, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see the deep pass right now. Stanley looks like he is going to line up here on the outside, so I would be expecting a deep pass to Stanley more than likely, possibly Smith.
3rd and 3. Titans from their own 33-yard line, and there's a give dive. That is it. Lost the football and picking it up and coming up with it is Ryan Long, and he got blasted, but the Raiders have the football now at the 35 of the Titans.
Yeah, I don't think the back ever had the ball in the exchange, and then he gets hit and it pops out. I'm surprised they didn't throw it. I thought for sure that they would throw the ball up to Stanley on the outside. They try the running play, and it burns them. Now with 29 seconds to go, Frontenac, I believe, has all 3 timeouts?
I don't
at
recall
least
him
2.
taking a timeout.
2 for sure, if not 3. Plenty of time with the passing attack that the Raiders have.
29.4 seconds left first half. Frontenac 14-6 lead. The Raiders with a 1st and 10. Football resting just inside the Titans' 36-yard line. Play clock down to 10 as finally they get trips to that right side. 1 wide out left. That's Bicknell. Out of the gun, Malikas with Bollinger. There's a quick hitch. Long. They're trying to get him free. He cuts inside, and he's still on his feet, loose along the far sideline, trying to get blockers, and a penalty flag goes down about the 10-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure how he got out of there, but he got 2 good blocks on the outside initially. The 2 receivers out there both got good blocks, turns it up, and then somehow squirted to the outside. We'll check and see what the flag is here.
It's actually a gain of about 23 yards. Block in the back. Now it's out of spot foul, so the Raiders will be pretty decent position.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably from the 10. They'll move it back to about the 20, and that should still be enough yardage for a 1st down. The ball, I don't know how long squirted out of that pile. Took off down the sideline for another big play.
I'll tell you, too, what comes into play here is the field goal. I mean, you could throw that in there. We've tried a couple. I haven't been successful, but the way Harris can kick the ball. But I'm sure they're not thinking that now with 19 seconds left in the first half. Frontenac at 14-6, and the Raiders with a 1st and 10 from the Titans' 20.
And the Raiders taking timeout. That makes me think they must have had 3 timeouts. Go ahead and stop the clock now. Talk about exactly what you want to do. I would think you'd want to keep the ball in the air here because, of course, incomplete pass stops the clock. You give the opportunity to get out of bounds. stop the clock that way or the first down. So I expect probably a rollout. Wouldn't surprise me. Get Malikas out on the edge, give him the option whether he can run or pass.
So the Raiders facing a 1st and 10 from the Titans 20, leading 14-6, and 19 seconds left here in the first half. And that's one of the luxuries with the Malikas. You have it. If you get him in space, you don't know if he's going to throw, going to pass, and or run, and usually makes the right decision. That's the big key. Wide left is Ginnivan. Slot left, Model. Out of the gun with the single blocking back Bollinger. Now in motion left to right goes Model. Fake the...
oh, he's got him.
He's got Ginnivan. It's overthrown. Well overthrown. Boy, he had him wide open and overthrew it.
And it's a great route by Ginnivan. It's a post corner, and he sold the post really well, broke out to the corner, burned the corner badly. He's open by 10 yards, and this ball was overthrown the second it left Malikas' hands. He just put a little too much on that one.
So 2nd and 10, Raiders from the Titans 20 down to 13.8 seconds left. So not that much time gone right there. Wide to left, Long. Model out there, also Flora. Wide to the right is Bicknell. Again on the gun with Malikas. Looking over the middle and thrown behind the intended receiver. That was, I believe it was Flora, the intended receiver, and pass not thrown well there.
And Flora kind of arched his back to try to get back to it. He's had a little bit of back trouble. Kind of got up a little slow, so hopefully that won't affect him.
3rd and 10, Raiders. Titans 20 with 10.3 seconds left. So a couple more plays. The Raiders are trying to add to their 14-6 lead. This time Bicknell goes wide right. Wide to the left is Long. Joined out there by Model. Out of the gun, that's Malikas. He's going to keep the football. Tries to turn the corner. Does get the block. He's still on his feet. 10, 5, and he dives inside the 5, and the clock stops at 2.1 seconds.
Oh, and Ryan Long got a dandy block on the outside. He gets around outside the corner, and then Long came in and got just a dandy block on the linebacker to spring him down inside the 5.
And now, boy, a decision. You got a 1st and goal for the Raiders. Football resting inside the Titans 5, and I guess you got to be thinking about trying to kick the field goal.
I guarantee he's thinking about it. I'm not sure what I do. You know, it might, part of the decision would be too, the ball is only going to be on this near hash, so it's not going to be right in front of the goalpost, so it's going to be a more difficult angle for the kicker. That may have some bearing on what they decide to do, but it does look like they're going to try the field goal.
So 2.1 seconds left here in the first half. Frontenac the 14-6 lead with a 1st and goal from the Titans 5 is where they mark it. And Trey Harrison to attempt a field goal out of the hold of Ryan Long. And Raiders trying to stretch that lead. Good snap, placement down, kick is up, and that looks wide right. It is wide to the right. So we're at halftime. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-6, and we'll be back with the SEK Urgent Care halftime show after we take a 2-minute break. 2 minutes, you're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies.
On East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world.
At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Now back to Raider football.
Southern back at Columbus High School at halftime, and the Frontenac Raiders lead the Columbus Titans 14-6. The SEK Urgent Care halftime show, located on the corner of Centennial and Broadway. SEK Urgent Care is dedicated to providing excellent medical care in a rapid, caring, and courteous manner to walk-in patients 7 days a week, including evenings. The SEK Urgent Care halftime show. On the first half stats brought to you by Monica Kellogg CPA. Personal and small business tax preparation, along with a variety of other accounting practices, are available at Monica Kellogg CPA. Call today, 235-0920, to set your appointment. That's 235-0920 for Monica Kellogg CPA, LLC. The unofficial stats at halftime, the Columbus Titans led on the ground by Keenan Stanley, a dozen carries, 58 yards. Rich Smith carried at one time, no yardage. Sean Robinson, 3 carries, 4 yards. Peyton Hale, 4 carries, 23 yards. Zach Porter, 4 carries, 11 yards through the air. Rich Smith, 2 of 3, 13 yards, and a touchdown. And the Titans did lose 1 fumble. Frontenac Raiders on the ground. Brandon Malikas, 10 carries, 77 yards. Austin Model, 4 carries, 4 yards, and a touchdown. Caden Bollinger, 4 carries, 18 yards through the air. Brandon Malikas, 4 of 9, 73 yards, and a touchdown. The scoring summary went through a scoreless first quarter. The Columbus Titans scored first with 11:20 remaining in the first half. That was on a screen pass, 10-yard screen pass from Ridge Smith to Peyton Hale. The extra point attempt failed. It was Columbus 6, Frontenac nothing, with 11:20 left in the first half. And Frontenac scored with 6:48 remaining in the first half. That was a 3-yard run by Austin Model. Trey Harris good on the extra point. Frontenac the 7-6 lead over Columbus with 6:48 left in the first half. Then with 1:55 remaining in the first half, Brandon Malikas hit Ryan Long, 38-yard touchdown pass. Harris good on the extra point. Frontenac led Columbus 14-6 with 1:55 remaining. Frontenac had a chance, missed a field goal last play of the first half, and Frontenac the 14-6 lead here at halftime. In the first half stats brought to you by Monica Kellogg CPA, personal and small business tax preparation, along with a variety of other accounting practices available at Monica Kellogg CPA. Call today, 235-0920 to set your appointment. It's 235-0920 for Monica Kellogg CPA, LLC. And we'll be back with some second half adjustments courtesy of Bob's Grill after we take another 2-minute break here, listening to the Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Were you hurt on the job?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Were you injured in an auto accident?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Fighting for your Social Security disability benefits?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
When accidents happen, when life takes an unexpected turn, you remember to office. Well, you Phelan.
You doing all right? You can stand up.
All driveline for cars, trucks, four-wheel drive vehicles, and farm equipment. You can also any machine work and offers 24-hour wrecker service. Call Payne's anytime, 231-3170. Payne's Incorporated is located at the intersection of West McKay and Highway 69, Frontenac Junction. Payne's Incorporated in Frontenac is the driveline specialist.
Proud supporter of Frontenac Athletics. Makes that.
every 2 weeks. Each liner usually teeth perfectly late, giving you the smile you always dreamed of. Today for your center 95 right front 620-231-7242.
Get medical, and they accept almost all forms of insurance. It's medical care the way it should.
Rob Strand, Randy Southard, back at Columbus High School at halftime. The Frontenac Raiders lead the Columbus Titans 14-6 in a good first half. The Columbus High School marching band performing at halftime on this senior night on a beautiful night for football. Starting to feel like football weather now, and SEK Urgent Care halftime show continues. And again, a lot of activities going on at Frontenac High School, and a lot of seasons winding down. And Randy has some of the results of the other student athletes in action.
Thanks, Rob. Volleyball this week beat Girard and Colgan to become league champions of the CNC, undefeated in league play this year for the Lady Raiders. They sit right now to an overall record of 29-8 on the year. They have Sub-State tomorrow at Baxter. The Sub-State is Baxter, Columbus, Frontenac, and Parsons. Play will begin at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow down in Baxter, with Baxter Springs taking on Columbus. Following that will be Frontenac taking on Parsons. So the Lady Raiders trying to make another run to get to the state tournament just like they did last year. So good luck to the Lady Raiders volleyball team. Cross country, they have their regional tomorrow in Burlington. So they'll be up there. We've got several runners that qualified for the regional, so they'll be up there trying to qualify for state. Good luck to them and Coach Murray with the cross-country team tomorrow in Burlington. Girls golf had the state meet earlier this week. Maggie Moody goes up and places 5th at state. Maggie's had an unbelievable year. The entire golf team had an unbelievable year. Maggie going through the whole season, not losing a single tournament until getting to state, which of course you'd expect the toughest competition. I heard the conditions were brutal. It was extremely windy. Still a 5th place showing, nothing to hang your head about. So congratulations to Maggie and the rest of the girls golf team on an outstanding season.
Yes, indeed. And again, some of those teams still active and go out and support them. And again, they work hard, the student athletes, and yeah, their season's ending up, and hopefully some trips to states in the offing. At halftime, Frontenac leads Columbus 14-6, and we'll be back with Rob's Grill's second half adjustments after we take another 2-minute break. You're listening to the Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Whether you're securing a loan, purchasing property, or simply need a home improvement loan, University Bank can tailor any loan to fit your needs. All decisions are made locally by their loan officers, so you'll feel confident in knowing that University Bank is working for you. University Bank Branch G&B with locations in Pittsburgh, Galena, and Arma. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
A beautiful lawn doesn't just happen by itself. Sometimes you need a little help. That's where All Pro Lawn Care comes in, providing year-round property maintenance for commercial and residential customers licensed and insured. You can trust the experts at All Pro Lawn Care, from mowing, edging, to tree trimming, leaf and snow removal. All Pro Lawn Care provides the highest quality work at prices you can afford. Call me, Jared Brooks, today at 620-249-7767. That's 249-7767. Go Raiders!
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf when they know their house was bricked by Adam Lusker? Adam Lusker Masonry has brick by brick, block by block, and stone by stone became the go-to guy for masonry work. No job is too big or too small. Adam Lusker and his crew are not afraid of hard work. Or the big bad wolf, for that matter. Call Adam Lusker Masonry in Frontenac, 620-231-9899. Oh, and bring it on, big bad wolf.
Now, back to Raider football.
Back with Randy Southard at halftime. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-6 in the second half adjustments in the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. And they're brought to you by Bob's Grill, a proud food tradition. Bob's Grill has been serving the community breakfast and lunch since 1964. Order what you want, eat what you get. Bob's Grill, 1014 North Broadway in Pittsburgh. And the second half adjustments courtesy of Bob's Grill.
Yeah, the Frontenac Raiders on offense got some things going there in the second quarter, got a couple of touchdowns out of the deal. Seems to me they've had a little bit more success with the passing game overall, and I think you're going to continue to see that with the short passing game that will set up the running game. You know, because everyone has to get back a little bit. They can't put as many people in the box, Columbus can't, because they'll have to honor that pass more. That should open more running lanes for the Raiders. You can also that way set up the double moves where you can fake that out and get something deep and get a big play. Defensively for the Raiders, I tell you, Columbus is doing a great job of putting the defensive ends in particular in a real tough spot. If they don't get up the field, then they can bust it outside. If they get up the field too far, they run that little pull the guard, lead with the fullback, play right underneath the end as they get upfield. To me, that's the biggest adjustment that has to make. What are the Raiders going to do with those defensive ends? Get them up the field, or do they stay back and not worry about the outside, worry about that inside run? That's the biggest test. For Columbus, you know, in that first quarter, they were just running and doing pretty much whatever they wanted. Raiders were fortunate to only give up the one score. So I think they've got to sit there and go, we've got to get back to this running game and get our running game going again. So I foresee a heavy dose of the run game out of Columbus. Defensively for Columbus, I think the biggest problem's been their one-on-one tackling. You know, they've missed a lot of open field tackles. You know, Malikas is tough to bring down one-on-one. Ryan Long's tough to bring down one-on-one. Bollinger tough to bring down one-on-one. But those are the plays that they're going to have to make if they're going to slow the Raider offense down.
Well, so those second half adjustments courtesy of Bob's Grill. Now, both teams out for the mandatory 3-minute warm-up prior to start of the second half. And tell you what, interesting first half. Frontenac, the 14-6 lead here at half.
And the other thing with Columbus's defense is their corners. You know, they're more than happy to give up those short passes. Well, Frontenac's been doing it. They get the touchdown with Ryan Long because it's one missed tackle and he's gone. So what do they do with their corners? Do they keep giving up those short passes and hope they can make the tackle, or do they start coming up and playing closer, in which case Frontenac should be able to get something deep? So it's very interesting, both sides of the football, from kind of an X's and O's and tactical standpoint. It's a really interesting football game.
Yes, it is. And Raiders, again, the first time they've been behind, they were down 6-0, responded with a couple of touchdowns. Did miss that field goal there at the end of the first half, which would have given them some momentum, as, of course, Columbus will have the choice to start the second half. Sure, they'll take the football and want to try and cut into that Raiders 14-6 lead. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after we take another 2-minute break, and you're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
With the winter months fast approaching, now's the time to get your car or truck checked out at Wiseman's Discount Tire. Everyone knows that Wiseman's carries great Cooper tires, but Wiseman's can also check your vehicle's brakes, exhaust, as well as your struts, just in time for the winter months. And they'll be able to answer questions to find out what's best for your vehicle. Wiseman's has been family owned and operated for over 25 years. They have the reputation of honesty and quality you're looking for. That's Wiseman's Discount Tire on Highway 69 in Frontenac. See their ad fast at Names and Numbers.
Looking for someone you can trust for sound advice on investments, retirement strategies, IRA funding, life insurance needs, estate planning, or maybe you're looking for long-term care insurance? Help is just a phone call away to Folletti Financial in Frontenac. Chris has the experience and ability to guide you through some of life's toughest decisions. Stop in at 222 East McKay in Frontenac or give Chris a call at 620-249-6840 to set an appointment.
The gang at Jack Coombs Steel Buildings is a proud Frontenac Raiders supporter in the classroom and on the field. If you need a steel building, call Jack at 620-249-1029. That's 249-1029. Jack has been in the construction trade for over 4 decades, so he has the knowledge needed to construct your building right. Don't forget, for your steel building, call Jack Coombs Commercial and Steel Buildings at 620-249-1029. Go Raiders!
After 3 decades in business, Bittner Motors of Pittsburgh remains a local favorite. If you're in the market for a quality pre-owned vehicle, Bittner Motors has a large selection of late model, low mileage vehicles to choose from. Whether it be a car, truck, or SUV, Bittner Motors will warranty all their vehicles 100% for parts and service. And if you can't find what you're looking for on the lot, they will find it for you. Bittner Motors, 1018 North Broadway, Pittsburgh.
To Raider football.
Rob Strambeck with Randy Southard at halftime. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-6, and again the Titans, when the coin toss deferred, they have a choice here in the second half. No doubt will take the football, and the second half kickoff brought to you by Crestwood Country Club. Crestwood Country Club offers the area's best entertainment value. The weather's cooling off, making it the perfect time to hit the links. For membership information, contact General Manager and Club Pro Todd Casey. The second half kickoff brought to you by Crestwood Country Club. Currently 52 degrees, and again it's calm, and that's just dropped 5 degrees from the 57 degrees at kickoff, and you know, just really feel like football weather now, and maybe a few slick spots on the field. I mean, there's been a few slips and slides there, but not too dramatic.
No, not at all. And you know, we wondered how the Raiders would react to being down, you know, for the first time this season. And now the Raiders have the lead. But if you think that's going to bother Columbus, think again. Just 2 weeks ago, they were down 15 in the fourth quarter to a good Galena Bulldog team. Found a way in the fourth quarter, scored 2 touchdowns and both two-point conversions. Ended up winning that game 35-34 late. So I don't think they're going to be too worried about being down just 1 score.
So the kickoff, Trey Harris teeing it up at the 40. Back to receive the kick is Keenan Stanley. Joining him back there is Cameron Mitchell along with Cale Smith. And the Raiders will defend the south goal here in the third quarter. And Harris has 1 touchback out of the 2 kickoffs. And short end over end, and going to be able to return by Stanley. He tried the middle last time. Now he brings it to the near side, trying to get around the corner. He's got the corner trying to block in the back. A penalty flag down, pretty obvious. Well, I thought I saw one fly in there, but apparently I didn't. I thought he pushed him right in the back.
Well, I don't think they've called a penalty on this side of the field yet tonight, so I'm not going to get one there. But you know, they lost outside contain, and you know, we mentioned in the first half, if you can keep him in the middle of the field, you can contain how far, you know, he's going to get on that return. This time, got to the outside, and it's excellent field position to start this third quarter.
Titans will start 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line after the excellent return by Keenan Stanley. Again out of the gun, that's Ridge Smith. Left side Robinson, motion left to right. There's the give. Well, Smith's going to keep it this time, and he is chopped down right about midfield after a gain of 4.
And Jake Wilbert coming in after he made sure he was going to cut it into the inside. Then he darts to the inside and gets him down. And they didn't run that play a whole lot in the first half, but they have in previous games. Smith has been running the football more and more as the season has progressed for Columbus. Didn't run it a lot there in the first half. This time, you fake it to the 2 backs going left, and he comes right.
Well, stop the clock there. I don't know what the...
I think it was an equipment issue, but apparently everything's okay.
2nd and 6 for the Titans. Football resting at midfield. Out wide to the left goes Luke Laws. Wide to the right is Cale Smith. Stanley in motion. And there's a swing pass, and it is complete to Stanley. He is loose, avoids the first wave of tacklers, and then he is hemmed in and finally gang tackled down by the Raiders' 42-yard line of the first down.
When there's 2 blockers out there, and when he goes out in motion, not one single Raider went with him to add to another person out there. They just had the 2 defensive backs, so it's 3 on 2. Got 2 good blocks on the outside, gave him plenty of running room.
1st and 10, Titans, and the football resting at the 37-yard line of the, or excuse me, the 42-yard line, I guess is where that actually is. First and 10, Titans at the Raiders' 42-yard line. Getting out of the gun, Ridge Smith. Blocked to both sides. Slot to the left this time. And there is the keep by Smith, and he's got some room, and he is close to the first down.
Yeah, same play, and I tell you, this offense it's tricky because you really don't know which of the three backs is going to carry the ball. It's almost as if a wing T team that runs a lot of misdirection. You get that a lot with this offense, just out of the different formation. And right now, again, Smith didn't carry the ball in the first half. Now they're letting him take it and finding some nice holes.
2nd and 1, Titans. Football at the 32 of the Raiders. Getting out of the gun, Smith. Couple of black motion left, right. Robinson takes it on the trap, and he stretches it out inside the 30-yard line, and he's got the first down.
It's interesting how they do that. It's jet sweep action, but then they run it to the inside. You know, most times they're trying to outflank the defense, get all the way to the edge and get around the corner. But that play is actually designed for him to take that and cut that thing right up the middle. Didn't have a lot of a hole, but he didn't need much to get the first down.
1st and 10, Titans at the Raiders' 29-yard line. Laws wide left. Wide to the right goes Smith. Ridge Smith out of the gun, the quarterback. Motion left to right goes Robinson. There's a quick hitch right side, a little swing pass, and able to turn the corner. Stanley still on his feet, tight ropes down the sideline, tripped up and brought down inside the 10. That was just speed got him there.
Well, and an excellent block. I think it was Cale Smith that was out there blocking Brandon Malikas, and Malikas is looking at the ref like he's holding me, but no call on the play. But he got a great block. So once he got to the edge and was able to turn it up, Malikas couldn't do anything about it. The only person left was the free safety, Bicknell, coming over, managed to get just enough of him to get him down.
So 1st and goal for the Titans from the Raiders' 9-yard line. They call it the 8, maybe even in the 8-yard line. Again, Smith, the quarterback. To his left is Hale, to his right is Stanley. The motion right to left goes Robinson. And keeping it, Ridge Smith. Lowers his shoulder, dives. He's down near the 5, or gains 4 yards.
Well, you know, he's listed 5'9", 165, but he's a stocky, you know, he's a strong runner. When he can get ahead of steam, he just kind of tried to keep those legs driving. He's kind of a load to bring down.
2nd and goal. Titans football resting just inside the Raiders' 5-yard line. Again, Robinson slot to the right. Out of the gun, Smith. Stanley in Hale. There's motion right to left. Robinson. Look over to the sideline. And there's some motion, and there's direct step to Stanley, and he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Boy, it looked like one of the other running backs was moving a little early.
Well, it looks a lot of times like either they're a line or backs all move a little bit early, but you know, this time, yeah, direct snap, try to get to the edge. Long did a good job getting off of his block, able to get into the legs of Stanley. And see Stanley kind of stretching his legs a little bit after that play.
3rd and goal for the Titans. Football resting at the Raiders' 3-yard line. Smith behind the center, out of the gun. Stanley behind him. Take the snap. They give Stanley, tries right side, hurdles the line, and goes in for the score, I believe. No, he's short.
He's short.
Oh, he made that initial jump over the defensive line. I thought for sure he was going to be able to get it in. He must have been stopped about a yard short.
The only thing I could think is maybe hurdled was kind of in the backfield a little bit, some penetration, jumped over. I sure thought he was going to be in.
4th and goal, Titans from the Raiders 1. Frontenac leads at 14-6 with 7:16 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Smith out of the gun. Stanley behind him. Motion right to left goes Robinson. And Smith gives it to Stanley. He's hemmed in, and he buoyed the tackler and got in. Oh, my gosh. And the Raiders whiffed on a tackle. Looked like he had him, and he trots in for the score, and one of the Titan linemen is down.
Well, yeah, it's Wilbert that comes up really hard and does a great job of turning him in. And in a way, you really can't blame him for not making the tackle here because his job really is to turn it in. Just there's not any pursuit coming this time. Columbus able to get onto the lineman and got the linebackers. Linebackers not able to pursue and fill that hole when Wilbert turns him in.
And Titans going for 2, going to try and tie it up. Four to the single blocking back. Now Stanley goes in motion left to right. Smith to throw, looking, pressure at Ginnivan on the pressure, throws it up, and he's well overthrown. 2-point conversion attempt fails. 7:04 left third quarter. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-12. We'll be back with the kickoff after we take a 30-second break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Accidents happen. That's why they're called accidents. And if you're involved in an accident, it becomes an instant worry, including can your car be repaired properly and in a timely manner. Enter Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing, a company that exemplifies quality work done in a timely manner. Best of all, Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing offers direct billing to most insurance companies. So, if you're in an accident, there's one name to remember: Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing. Their name says it all. Ask about their 24-hour towing service, too. Call 232-9400. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Now, back to Raider football.
Rob Strand back with Randy Southard. 7:04 left third quarter. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-12. The Titans to kick off, and there you go. Get the second half kickoff, put points on the board, so a good response by the Titans.
Yeah, and most of it on the ground. I think they had, the one swing pass, which I think one of them was even backwards that they threw. So most of that drive on the ground, as we talked about, needing to get that running game going. Certainly had it going there on the first drive of the third quarter.
Rich Smith tees it up at the 40-yard line. They've been going short on this, and once again they go short, and Peyton Brown called for fair catch and was tackled. Where's the...
It looked like he put his hand up and then got hit, but
well,
again,
hey,
no call.
Kind of looking toward the Whitehead, saying, "What's that?" Because it looked like he waved his hand, and they were coaching to make that catch like that. Unless,
in fairness, it was probably the fastest fair catch signal maybe ever. I'm not even sure the officials might not have even seen it.
Does that take it off that fair catch if it hits the ground? Didn't he short hop the ground?
Yeah, but it didn't.
I thought I couldn't tell.
No, he caught it on the fly.
Oh, okay. 1st and 10. Raiders, as they'll start from their own 43-yard line. Out of the gun, Malikas with Bollinger blocking back to his left. Trips to the right side, one line out left. Malika's going to keep it. Left side, he's got some room. Avoids a tackler, tripped up and brought down in Titans territory. Down at the 48-yard line, a pickup of 9.
Really well blocked. A.J. Lusker, excellent kick-out block on his man. Bollinger leading through the hole. Got to the linebacker, and a great seal block on the inside by Bollinger. Gave Malikas plenty of room to get to the outside. Really good gain on first down. 2nd and 2. Do the Raiders maybe take a shot here?
Raiders from the Titans 48-yard line. Wide right goes Ginnivan. Out wide left is Model. Get out of the gun with Malikas. The blocking back to his right is Bollinger. With the football, takes it right side, has a first down, and boy, he's still, and then he gets popped down at the 45-yard line. Able to pick up 3, but he got drilled.
Well, that's one of the dangers of kind of struggling for every yard, fighting for every yard. You're going to take a shot every now and then. Just hope that they hold on to the football. Interesting, though, same kind of defensive alignment for Columbus so far. One-on-one coverage on the outside.
1st and 10 Raiders from the Titans 45-yard line. 6:14 clock moving third quarter. Frontenac the 14-12 lead. Again, Brandon Malikas out of the gun. Give Model this time. He cuts inside, running hard, picks up 5 down to the 40.
A really good cut because Dakota Sears from his linebacker position was coming through and was taking kind of an outside line as it looked like Model was going to go that way. Planted, cut up the field, and got a nice gain. Model's had the ankle problem. Looks like he's kind of hobbling off the field right now, kind of jumping up, not wanting to put all his weight on that ankle. We'll see if he's able to return.
Call it a 2nd and 4 for the Raiders from the 40 of the Titans. Now again, Malikas blocking backs to both sides, and that's Tristan Fay. There's a quick hitch. That's Bicknell on the reception, and he is going to be thrown back, and they'll give him down near the 37-yard line for a pickup of close to 4 yards on that completion.
Well, and there's a one-on-one tackle made by Columbus, not giving him much room. Now that throw also brings the receiver towards the inside a little bit, which brings him towards the rest of the defense, so he had a little bit more help. A good one-on-one play by the corner. Again, I think that's got to be the idea, is to set that up for a double move. Fake that short throw, let the corner come up, slip behind him, and get the big play.
3rd and a yard for the Raiders from the 36 of the Titans. 4:53 left third quarter. Frontenac the 14-12 lead. 4 down territory under the center. Malikas going to keep it. It's got the first down and more. Tries to turn the corner. Does. Tried to split a couple of defenders. He's brought down at about the 25-yard line.
Well, and we've seen Malikas do this a lot, and he did it in the first half to convert a third and short. It's the quarterback follow. It's plugged up the middle. He bounces it to the outside, and boy, you're right. He tried to split those two, and if they don't get him, he is gone. So a really good run by Malikas once he got to the outside.
1st and 10 Raiders. Titans 25-yard line now. Malikas under center. Bollinger, the tailback. There's the give. Bollinger lowers his shoulder. So boy, he's still battling, still on his feet, and boy, finally brought down after a gain of a couple. He wasn't wanting to go down, that's for sure.
And the Raiders have ran this play a couple of times. It's kind of a strange play because it's almost like old-time option, but there's no pitch back. So it's either, you're going to give it to him or the quarterback's going to keep it. And it just doesn't seem like there's as much threat with that play. But tried to give it and not any running room for Bollinger.
2nd and 11 Raiders. Titans 24-yard line. Play clock down to 8. About 3 wide right. Out of the gun, Malikas. Going to keep the football lead. Tries the middle. Not much there. Maybe a couple of yards at best.
Well, Peyton Hale, and this is almost like a run blitz, comes up from the safety position. You don't plan on blocking that guy, and he comes across the line. Nobody touches him, and he's able to get into Malikas' legs before he can really get going.
3rd and 7 Raiders, Titans. 21-yard line with 3:25. Clock moving here, 3rd quarter. Frontenac, 14-12 lead. It's been a battle. Wide right goes long. Fay out there with him. Wide left, Bicknell. Slot right, Flora, motion right to left, rolling right. Malikas puts it up, got a man open. It is complete.
Oh, he dropped
the ball.
Yeah, that was
right
long.
there, and he couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, it was long on the far side. He ran a good route, the out route. He's just a yard past the sticks. Would have converted the first down. It looks like when he got hit, as he tried to turn it up, the ball came out, and they're ruling it an incomplete pass.
So a big 4th and 7 for the Raiders from the 21 of the Titans. With 3:05 left here, 3rd quarter, and Frontenac the 2-point lead. Wide left goes Bicknell, joined out there by Fay. Wide right goes Long, joined out there by Flora. Out of the gun, Malikas. Bollinger, the blocking back, looking to throw. Looking. Got a man, it's batted down. And is able to get a hand on it, Ridge Smith, and the ball goes over.
Well, Malikas got a little impatient on this when they were crisscrossing the receivers. You had the slant come to the inside with Bicknell, which is where he tried to go to the football, which was a tiny window that really wasn't there. But he had Fay coming out around to the corner. And I think he would have had the cornerback beat if he had just held on to the ball for another second and let that play develop a little bit more. A little bit impatient, tried to force the throw, not able to get it squeezed in there.
1st and 10 Titans. Defense holds. They start from their own 21-yard line. Smith out of the gun. Hale, the running back behind him. And this time they give it to Hale, and he's still on his feet, cuts back, loses the football. The Raiders have it. Malikas is on it. Boy, wow. A nice effort by Hale, but he coughed it up.
Yeah, and this could be a huge play in this game. Columbus just goes down and scores a touchdown. Frontenac's driving, but then you get the 4th down stop. You get that momentum switch. First play, really well blocked up front. Hale's got a really good gain on 1st down, and right at the end he coughs it up. Not sure who got the hit. Malikas was over there to fall on the ball, but this could turn into a huge play if Frontenac can come down and get points off of this turnover.
Raiders 1st and 10. They'll start from the Titans' 38-yard line. Bicknell wide left, joined out there by Model, also long. Again, Malikas in the gun. Has the football, tries left side, still on his feet. Boy, he is battling down to about the 32, and it looked like that was well defended. He just dances around and is able to pick up close to 5.
Yeah, and the blocks are kind of here and there. You kind of, that time he had to really pick which hole he was going to go. But it's hard to argue with the 4 yards on 1st down. And it looks like Malikas is fully healthy this second half. I haven't seen any kind of limping that we saw in the first half.
2nd and 6 for the Raiders from the Titans' 33-yard line. Running backs in the eye behind Malikas, who's under center. Rolling right. Boy, he's got room. Puts it up, got a man over. It's complete. That is Flora. And he drags 2 tacklers inside the 20.
Yeah, good choice right there. I think he was trying to go to Ginnivan deeper. Ginnivan running a deep curl route. He probably could have got it to him, but he saw Flora on the crossing route, came wide open, delivered the ball perfectly, and a nice big first down for the Raiders.
Down to 2:12 left here in the third quarter. Frontenac the 14-12 lead. 1st and 10 Raiders. They're at the Titans' 18-yard line. Now a little indecision, and the timeout is going to be, well, the official is going to stop things. Reset the play clock. Here we go. Raiders 1st and 10 at the Titans' 18. 3 wide left, 1 wide right. Malikas in the gun. Pump once, going long, put up for grabs, and it is incomplete.
Well, there was the double move, and they tried it on Cameron Mitchell, who was lined up on Bicknell on this near side earlier, made a nice one-on-one play. They tried the stop and go, tried to get Mitchell to come up and bite on it, and he didn't. Really, Bicknell not open. Malikas tried to just put it up there, see if he's a senior receiver could make a play on it. Ball thrown just a little too far.
2nd and 10 Raiders from the Titans' 18. Wide right goes Clefman. Wide left to Ginnivan. Model joins him there. Out of gun motion, left to right goes Model. And there they give it a little crossbuck, and Bollinger breaks it. He lost the football, and Columbus has it.
Well, he's still fighting for it, but they just signaled Columbus ball. So turnabout's fair play as the Raiders driving. Bollinger fumbles it on a his. He's just struggling for more and more yards. We talked about that a little bit ago. A lot of times that's when the ball comes out, when you're just fighting for every last yard. And Columbus able to get a big stop, because I tell you, this thing was pretty well blocked up front. They were blitzing, trying to get pressure on the quarterback. It was kind of like a draw. And once he got through the line, he was going to have some room. Had a nice play going, but coughed it up at the end.
1st and 10 Titans from the Raiders' 15-yard line after the turnover. Out of the gun, Ridge Smith. Motion right to left goes Robinson out of the slot. There's a give. That is Stanley. Not much there. Well defended that time.
Yeah, not much there is, Ginnivan, that defensive end. We've been talking about it. They're put in a tough spot. This time he doesn't get too far up the field. He kind of squeezes it down just a little bit, only a crack of a hole, and that allows Long to come in and fill it, keep that one to a short gain.
2nd and 8 for the Titans from their own 17-yard line. Get out of the gun. Ridge Smith. And there's the give, and was that Hale, I think, had it, and stopped for a short gain. Not much, just a couple of yards there.
Yeah, good defense by the Raiders. I was surprised he gave it. I'm not sure if he's reading that or if that's called who is getting the football. If he was reading it, I was expecting Smith to pull that one out and run it himself. And you might see that quarterback keep here.
3rd and 6, Titans from their own 19-yard line. Again, Smith out of the gun. Hale the blocking back with him. And he called it right there, and Smith kept it, and he is planted after a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, I think the Raiders were thinking the same thing, apparently, because absolutely nothing there. Ishimura fills the hole first. Mays comes in and finishes it off. Really good defense by the Raiders is going to set up 4th and 4. And I would think, well, we're going to get to the end of the quarter already. My goodness, a fast third quarter.
That was quick. We've gone through 3 quarters. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-12, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong. It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Now back to Raider football.
With Randy Southard, we've got a quarter to go. Frontenac leads Columbus 14-12, and boy, it's been an interesting 3 quarters, and we'll see how this goes as the Titans are going to face a 4th and 4 from about their own 20, which, like I said, Keenan Stanley's the punter. That's always a threat.
I think you've got to kick this one away, though. A little too deep in your own end to even take a shot. even with a guy like Stanley back there. And, of course, I'm sure the Raiders will be in punt safe, looking for the fake just in case. You know, I tell you, Rob, 2 years ago, this game over here in Columbus, Frontenac in Columbus, was probably one of the greatest high school football games that I may have ever seen. This one's kind of trying to compete with it tonight. Just both teams playing extremely hard and going at each other, and you're seeing a nice tight ball game. So really entertaining football game.
It's been physical, that's for sure. Stanley with the snap. He's pressured. They run. It got a flag. Oh, running into the kicker, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, and no matter which this is, whether it's a personal foul or running into the kicker, either way, it's going to be running into, but that's enough yardage to give Columbus a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're punting from their 20-yard line. You're going to get good field position no matter what. That was not an intelligent effort there, and the Titans keep the football and have a 1st and 10 from their own 25 with Frontenac leading 14-12.
Well, it's one thing to try to block the kick. It's another to, you got to take the right angle so that if you do miss, you don't touch that punter, and just a poor angle and gives Columbus another chance on offense.
Smith out of the gun. Stanley, the running back behind him. Hill to his left, motion right to left this time. The slot, and there's a give. Stanley trying to turn the corner, and boy, he avoids first couple tacklers, then he's corralled and brought down, and a good effort there by Mays, or boy, a couple had a shot at him and couldn't corral him, get him down.
And there's a penalty flag, middle of the field, and it's going to be holding against Columbus.
Yeah, that was a nice effort by Stanley. Nothing there, and still turned it into a nice gain. And
yeah, pretty well defended. Just the pursuit wasn't quite out there fast enough. So the linebackers are having a hard time getting to the outside on those plays for Frontenac. If the line of Columbus is able to get up to them and get pieces of them to slow them down.
Okay, so that's the mark off. And it'll be a 1st and 20 for the Titans from their own 15-yard line after the holding penalty with 11:45 left, and Frontenac a 14-12 lead. Smith, the quarterback. Back there now in the fullback spot is Zach Porter. Tailback, that's Stanley. And looking to throw, Smith going long, near side, and it is complete. And out across the 30-yard line. Not going to be enough for a first down, but time on the receiving end was Cale Smith.
Yeah, and a nice route because he really sold the deep route, then broke it off for the out route, and a well-delivered football. Smith did a nice job throwing it. He's rolling to his left, squared those shoulders nicely, put a perfect pass on the out route. So they make up for the penalty, bring it up to a second, much more manageable.
5 out of 7 unofficially for Smith, 48 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 5. Titans at their own 31-yard line. Again, Smith with the snap. And he is going to keep the football, and he is out across the 35 and has the first down.
Well, it was almost as if the Raider defenders were trying to tackle the running back, but he didn't have the football. You know, he held that mesh point as long as he possibly could, let the defenders get on the back, and then took it himself, able to pick up the first down.
1st and 10, Titans. Football resting at their own 37-yard line with 11:25 clock moving. Frontenac 14-12 lead. Wide to the right goes Smith. Wide to the left is Laws. Bridge Smith out of the gun. Blocking backs to both sides. Robinson in the right slot. Motion right to left. Rolling. Pumping once. Screen over the middle. And it is complete to Hale. And he's got a block and he's got a lot of yardage. Still on his feet. And he is hit and brought down at the 35-yard line as they ran that little screen again.
Yeah, exact same play that they ran in the first half for the touchdown. This time, everything going to the right. You get the throwback. You've got 3 linemen out in front, all got blocks. Bicknell does a good job from the free safety position coming over, breaking down, at least got enough of him to slow him down where everybody else could catch up to him. But an excellent play call. You take that aggressiveness of Frontenac and use it against them.
Titans 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 34-yard line. Now they're saying that the Titans moved, drew the Raiders defender off. Procedure of the call.
Yeah, the wide out moved. The wide receiver on this near side moved.
So a 1st and 15 for the Titans from the Raiders' 40-yard line.
Now, you may have seen the defensive tackle for Frontenac jump, but Frontenac tends to line up a good yard off the football, and I think that's why they do it. In case they do jump, they don't actually get into the neutral zone. So I don't think he was offsides.
Smith the snap. There's the give. That is Stanley, and he gets through the line, and then he is cut down at the 30-yard line. Able to pick up 9 yards.
Yeah, and able to duck underneath the defensive end again, and this time the outside linebacker played way too far to the outside on the, wanting to make sure he's got his outside contained, but when the run came in, he's not able to get back to the inside in time.
2nd and 6, Titans. Raiders 31-yard line. Motion left, right goes Robinson. They give it to Robinson on that trap, and this time it's defended well and brought down at the 30-yard line, gain of a yard.
Yeah, interesting play call there. That just seems odd to me. You've got Hale running well, you got Stanley running well, you got Smith running well. Why not just stick with those 3?
3rd and 4. Titans football resting at the 29 of the Raiders, down to 9:44 remaining. Frontenac the 14-12 lead. Titans on the move with the football. Play clock down to 10. Smith out of the gun, blocking backs to both sides. Motion left to right. And there's a direct snap to Stanley, and boy, he is planted. A nice effort there by Ishamira. Cut him down after a gain of only about a yard. Boy, nice job there.
Yeah, really good flow. He's been really quick all year. As soon as he reads something, he'll take off, and this time he's able to run with Stanley laterally and get into his legs to keep him from picking up that first down, setting up big 4th and 4, and I'm sure Columbus is going to go for it.
4th, 4, Titans, Raiders, 29-yard line with 9:05 clock moving. Frontenac the 14-12 lead. Out of the eye, Rich Smith under the center, running backs in the eye. And bootleg left side, looking to throw Smith, and he's got a man open. It is complete. And on the receiving end, that is Luke Laws.
Well, I tell you, the pass rush was good because they don't bite on the bootleg. They got somebody in his space. A really good route, again, selling that deep route. It's the same route. Sell the deep route, break it off on the out. Well-thrown football under duress by Smith. A really nice throw to get it down the field and convert. Get a big first down for Columbus and keep their drive going.
Titans 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 11-yard line. Down to 8:42 left clock moving. Frontenac 14-12 lead. Columbus threatening out of the gun. And there is the give. Well, Smith's going to keep it up the middle. Cuts inside and dives for the goal line, but he's going to be stopped short after a gain of 10.
And it looks like it's right at the first down marker, so we'll see if he's picked up the first down or not. But yeah, wide open. The Raiders take the fake to the backs. Don't worry about the quarterback. He pulls it out of there. Had a huge hole right on the right side. Cut it up the middle. And it's real close. I think looks like they're going to measure it.
Yeah,
see
they're
if
going
he's
to bring
picked up the first down.
Change from the far side. I think some Titans thought called timeout, headed to the sideline. And coach said, stay out there. They're going to bring the chains over. In any event, Titans on the move with 8:25 remaining. And Frontenac, a little 14-12 lead, but in jeopardy.
Well, I'm not sure Columbus would even want the measurement because it looked like they were trying to hurry up to the line of scrimmage. They were going to go quick, try to catch the Raiders off guard. And he does have the first down.
Titans 1st and goal. Football resting at the Raiders 1. $8:25 left. Frontenac the 14-12 lead. And Titans threaten to take the lead once again. As wide to the right goes Laws. Joining the slot right by Mitchell. Out of the eye. Porter the fullback. The tailback is Stanley. Smith under center with the football. Gives it dive. Porter. And Say got in. There wasn't much there, but he apparently got the yard and the touchdown, Zach Porter.
Well, I guess because he got absolutely drilled by Flora. I tell you, we're at a tough angle. We really can't tell at all whether they're across that goal line. It was the same thing the first half with Frontenac on Model's touchdown. You couldn't really tell. This one didn't look like it, but an immediate signal by the official.
18-14, Columbus leads Frontenac with 8:08 remaining. And the Titans going to go for two, but they apparently refused to take a timeout. I mean, they were going to apparently some indecision on the extra points, so we'll just keep it here. 8:08 left. Columbus 18, Frontenac 14. Boy, a good one going here at Columbus High School. It's not feeling what we expected here, and it's been a good back and forth game, and the Raiders going to have 8 minutes to see the response of falling behind once again.
Well, it is plenty of time. Time's not an issue here. We'll see if later in this game, you assume it's going to stay close down to the wire now. We'll see if using this timeout costs Columbus, because, it's really the difference between the, 4 or 6. The 6 points would be nice because you have to make the extra point, but I don't think you can really count on that to save yourself. To burn a timeout here on making sure you get the right play call for a 2-point conversion seems a little bit of a risky decision considering the close nature of this game.
So the Titans line up going for two, trying to add to that 4-point lead. 18-14 with 8:08 remaining. Smith out of the gun. Stanley behind him, blocking backs to both sides. Now Stanley shifts. Right slot. Smith. And there's a double reverse. Stanley, and he is going to go in for the 2-point conversion. 8:08 remaining. Columbus leads Frontenac 20-14. We'll be back with the Titans kickoff after we take a 30-second break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees. And if you make $1,000 in balance, we pay interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
Now, back to Raider football.
Randy Southard, 8:08 remaining. Good one going to Columbus. The Titans have a 20-14 lead over the Frontenac Raiders. And the kickoff coming up, and teeing it up is Will Eddington. Ridge Smith had been doing the kicking, but Eddington will handle the chores, teeing it up at the 40, back to receive the kick. Fay along with Ishimura, and again, they've been pooch kicking, popping it up, grounding it onside, and we'll see what they do this time now that they have the 6-point lead. You do that short one again, the Raiders will have good field position. They pop it up. Taking it is Long. He cuts into the middle, and the Raiders are going to start 1st and 10 out their own 43-yard line.
That is really trusting your defense when you do that all the time. It's either a lot of trust in your defense or not much trust in your kick coverage team. I'm not sure which is the two, but the Raiders can't ask for anything better than starting on your 43-yard line.
8:05 left. Columbus leads Frontenac 20-14, and the Raiders with a 1st and 10 in their own 43-yard line. Wide left goes Long, joined out there by Model. Wide right, that's Bignell. And Malika's in the gun with Bowling in the blocking back. Malika's going to keep it. Left side's got some room. He is at midfield. Stiff arms one, tries to avoid another, and he is into Titans territory inside the 40, down about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, good blocking left side of the line. Bollinger with a good block. And then, there's times, though, with Malika's, there's times when you're just like, Brandon, either just go down, get out of bounds, do something. He's surrounded by 5 guys, and he's still trying to make one more cut. Every now and then, it's okay just to head to the out of bounds. It's a good run already.
Raiders 1st and 10 at the Titans' 39-yard line. This time, pair of blocking backs flank Malika's in the gun. And there's a give, and that is Model. And he busts one up the middle, still at 20, 15, 10, and he is inside the 10-yard line.
Great job, offensive line up the middle. Bollinger with another excellent block. Mansour gets a nice block down the field. And no holding. Mansour always gets called whether it's a penalty or not. This time, no penalty called. And another big play is Model, showing no ill effects of him coming off a little gingerly earlier in this game. Showed good speed, run straight up the gut.
And First and goal, Raiders from the Titans 9-yard line. Lakers gives it and cutting inside Model once again. Nice yardage on first down to the 5.
Yeah, good cut because this one's supposed to go further to the right. Really good penetration by the defensive line of Columbus on that left side of their defensive line. He sees it, cuts it, lowers his head, gets what he can.
Second and goal, Raiders. Trying to see if that's near the 5-yard line. See where the official standing about the 5. With 7:08 clock moving, Columbus leads at 20-14. The Raiders threatening already with a second and goal from the Titans 5. Malikas out of the gun with a pair of blocking backs. Gives it again to Model. Boy, this time nothing there. Went the ball one too often and stopped for no gain.
Yeah, you're right. This time he's like, well, I'll do the same thing. I'll just cut it up early again. This time probably should have tried to bounce this one out to the outside and outrun him to the corner.
So third and goal, Raiders. Actually, they lost a yard on that carry. Play brought from the far sideline by Bicknell with 6.5 minutes remaining. Raiders trail by 6, but threatening. Wide to the right goes Bicknell. Slot right, Model. Also long, out of the gun, rolling right. Malikas looking, puts it up, and it is caught! It's caught! Touchdown, Raiders! He out-battled the defensive back who came up with it, Dylan Flora, as he took it away from Hale and scored the touchdown.
I'm not sure if it was Flora or if it was Bicknell, but Hale's got this ball in the end zone, but as they come down, the receiver just ripped it right out of his hands. It's a touchdown, no doubt.
What a play. Now the all-important extra point. If Harris can give the Raiders the lead. Good snap. That kick is up. It's playing long enough and good. 6:11 remaining. Frontenac 21, Columbus 20. We'll be back with the Raiders kickoff after a 30-second break. You're listening to the Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Right now, you can choose on how you want to save at Pittsburgh Ford. On America's #1 selling truck, the F-150. Choose 0% for 60 months or rebates as high as $5,050. Or choose 0% for 62 months or $1,000 in rebate on the 2016 Ford Edge. Finally, you can get $1,000 in rebates and 0% financing for 60 months on the 2016 Ford Escape or $2,450 in rebates. Some rebates may require financing through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Now, back to Raider football.
Battling for the league title as well as the district title, and they haven't disappointed, to say the least. Harris tee it up at the 40. Back to receive the kick is Stanley.
And the Columbus crowd here not happy about that call of the touchdown, but in my mind, no question, Hale's not on the ground. He doesn't have the ball all the way, and the ball gets ripped out. That's 6 points.
Harris approaches. Well, this time a low line drive. It takes a hop. It's bobbled by Stanley. Now brings it near side, and boy, it's opening up for him. But it closes quickly right about the 30-yard line. Boy, he looked like he had a slap there, but Roseboro was there. Also, Ishimura. And the Titans will start 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line with 6:06 remaining in Frontenac, a 1-point lead.
I'll say one thing about Stanley. When he gets out into the open field, you kind of hold your breath every single time because it looks like he can go all the way anytime he's in the open field.
He's got a burst, that's for sure. 1st and 10, Titans from their own 31. Smith under center. Behind him, Porter, the fullback. The tailback is Stanley as they line up in the I. And there's a give. Stanley, the right side, and he tries to get it outside, tripped up. There's got to be a hold over there. It looked like flags, and it must have been blatantly obvious.
Yeah, 2 flags down, and I think he was
Stanley's
probably on the outside linebacker. I think got held, and yeah, Stanley getting up a little slow that time.
He was stopped after getting about 4. Good to get that, but explains why he got there because it looked like he was pinned in pretty well.
And I think I saw him flash the number 2, Cameron Mitchell, off on the far side, called for the hold.
And the mark-off will go against the Titans. They'll be back at their own First and about 18 for the Titans from their own 23-yard line. Out of the gun. And there's a little swing left side. That is Hale, and he is hemmed in. Tries to cut back, and he is going to be brought down. The Holston Raider tackler's not much there. Well defended from the get-go. It made him go so wide and then hemmed in.
Yeah, great hustle by Dylan Flora, and Ryan Long does a really good job fighting with the blocker, but not giving any ground and not giving the runner any place really to go. He ends up turning it back inside, and Flora with really good hustle from that middle linebacker spot, getting all the way out by the numbers to get in on that tackle.
Second and about 18 for the Titans from their own 22-yard line with 5:09 remaining. Frontenac the 21-20 lead. Under the center, Smith. Running backs out of the eye. And they're rolling right. Smith looking to go along. He's got a man open, and it is complete to Laws. I don't think he's got the first down as he went down about the 38-yard line, about 3 yards shy of the first down.
Well, it's that same deep out, and they've been able to throw and catch this. It's a really good route. Force them deep, make it look like it's long. You break it off short, and if you're the corner in a way, you kind of have to give that up because you don't want to get burned deep. But that's about 3 times now that they've been able to hit that pass for big gains.
3rd and 4, Titans from their own 37-yard line. No confusion lining up. Running backs, they are in the eye. They finally get set. They're forced to call a timeout rather than risk a penalty. 4:49 remaining. Clock still moving. You got to get that clock stopped. Hey, that's your own. Columbus coaches are yelling. That's your scorekeeper. What do you do? They'll see what they put time. Some time did run off. In any event, time, I think we'll just keep it here with Frontenac the 21-20 lead, and Columbus facing a 3rd and let's call it about 3 from their own 38-yard line. Boy, oh boy, they're still getting after it here.
Yeah, and this is a huge play right here. You know, Frontenac just scores, takes the lead. You get a first down here, you've got your drive going, and both defenses right now struggling to stop the other offense. So it's a big play here, and then you wonder too, if it's close, if it's not a first down, but it's 4th and 1, I mean, you're back in your own end, but boy, I sure would think about going for it with 4:50 left, and now Columbus just with 1 timeout left. They've used 2 now, and they're in the second half.
Yeah. Coach Dan Grundy done talking to his Titans as they face a 3rd and 3 from their own 38-yard line with 4:50 left. For Frontenac the 21-20 lead. Smith under center, running backs behind him in the eye. And there's a give to Stanley, and boy, they hemmed him in, brought him down, didn't get the first down, brought down at about the 39-yard line, about a couple of yards shy.
Yeah, he's going to be 2 yards short, and it looks like a long 2. Boy, this is a tough decision if you're the Columbus coach, whether to go for this or not, or go ahead and kick it away. The clock is running.
They're going to go. Well, of course, like I mentioned, Stanley is the
Yeah, and an offensive
kicker.
lineman just came out, so I think they might line up in punt formation.
4th and 2. Now you got to make sure you hold your water, so to speak. Don't get the penalty because they could get the first down via the penalty. Clock still winding down to 4:10. Frontenac 21-20 lead. Now they're going for it.
They are
unless
going
they're
for
do
it.
the. Now they shift. Stanley's pretty deep. See if they go ahead and do the kick. Yeah, they are going to go ahead. Now stay away from him and stay away from the football. And it checks up and rolls dead about the 22-yard line. So the Raiders will take it 1st and 10. They'll start from their own near the 22 with 3:51 remaining, and Frontenac the 21-20 lead.
Yeah, but definitely a win for the Frontenac defense, and if they want to punt it, you let them punt it. Just make sure there was no fake because you've got the up backs for running backs. I mean, who knows what they might have done, direct snap. So I think that's the right move if you're Columbus, though. I don't think you can afford to go for it there and not get it and give Frontenac the ball that deep in your own territory. Your defense has played well for the most part tonight. They've played pretty well. You've got to lean on them here, see if you can get a stop. If you're Frontenac, boy, let that clock run, wind that play clock down a little bit, pick up a few first downs, see if you can get out of here.
Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Malika's going to keep it left side, lowers his shoulder, still on his feet, and he's got the first down across the 30. What an effort by Brandon Malika.
And it's a case. It's been this way all year long. It's so hard to bring him down. He's just got that awkward style of running, hard to even get into his legs, keeps them things driving. He got really low almost the entire run that time and gets a nice first down. And now they're going to wind the clock. Of course, it stops with the first down.
Right, but I'd let the play clock beat up. So you're still at 20 on that with 3:38 remaining in Frontenac, 21-20 lead. 1st and 10 Raiders from their own 31-yard line. Again, out of the gun. Malika's the senior quarterback. Bollinger is blocking back to his left. Going to keep it. Same play left side. He's got more room. He's got a first down. And he is out across the 45-yard line.
And we'll see if he ended up going out of bounds or whether he's inbounds, so they'll start the clock once the chains move. We'll see how they call this, but that's another big first down for the Raiders, as that's going to take even more time off the clock. And I'll be surprised if they do. They are winding it now, so he stayed in bounds. And I'll be surprised if they do anything but have him run the football.
1st and 10, Frontenac. Raiders at their own 46-yard line with 3:08. Clock's moving. Frontenac a 1-point lead, 21-20. Think there'll be some sore players tomorrow morning when they get up after this one?
Well, absolutely.
Out of the gun. Malikas, he's been taking the snap and just taken off. Reckless abandon, does it once again. Left side, and boy, he's got a first down and more as he is brought down near the Titans' 41-yard line.
Well, I tell you, right now, left side line doing a great job, and I know I say this a lot in these games, but Bollinger is picking up some great blocks. Right there, blitzing linebacker comes free, and he's got a free shot at Malikas. Bollinger sees him at the last possible second, just gets a piece of him enough to let Malikas get through the hole. You know, Bollinger's been blocking great all year long, and tonight certainly no exception.
Raiders 1st and 10 at the Titans' 40-yard line. Wide right is Model, wide left Ginnivan. Again out of the gun, Malikas with the blocking back is Bollinger to his left side. Letting the clock, and they call timeout. 2:21 remaining. Frontenac, the 21-20 lead. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
It's the place where you'll build that new swing set for your little girl. It's where the entire family will gather for Thanksgiving dinner, even Uncle Bob, where hundreds of wiffle ball games will be played, where countless slumber parties are held. It's your home, where memories are made every day. To view all of the current listings, browse their website at pitrealty.net. Your new home and your new memories start at Pitt Realty.
Now back to Raider football.
Southern Columbus High School, 2:21 remaining. Frontenac leads Columbus 21-20, and what a battle this has been. As the Titans went up early, Raiders responded, got the lead, then the response from the Titans to get the lead back, and the Raiders quickly responded, and with that 1-point lead, 1st and 10 from the Titans' 40-yard line, and 2:21 remaining, and believe Columbus with one timeout remaining. Lakers out of the gun, gonna keep it, same play, left side, and this time he's stacked up and stopped. Short game, maybe a yard.
Yeah, better defense that time, and they've kind of got him formationally. It's open on that side if you can just stay on your man. It's no wonder they're running this, because they've got one extra blocker. Formationally, Columbus is shading the near side of the field, the wide side of the field, and they've been running to the far side where they've just got the numbers. Frontenac has the numbers.
2nd and 9 Raiders from the Titans, 39-yard line, down to a minute 45, trying to use up the play clock, down to 8. Lucas out of the gun. Bollinger is blocking back to the left side. He's going to keep it right side this time, switch him up. And he is inside the 35, down near the 34-yard line. He'll pick up about 5 more.
Yeah, I think that is true. See if you can catch him by surprise, because honestly, it's the same formation, and Columbus lined up exactly the same.
Now, here's where you benefit from Mark Smith years at quarterback, and Dad, the coach, you got to let that play clock wind. Now, you're at minute 14 and 18 on the play clock. You're going to be under a minute.
Now,
and
here
they can stop at one time.
If Columbus holds them shy of the first down, that's when you'll see Columbus then use their last timeout, call a timeout before the 4th down.
And I think Frontenac's going to call the timeout as they let the play clock wind down, and they do. We're down to 54.9 seconds remaining. Frontenac faces a 3rd and 4 from the Columbus 34-yard line. Frontenac the 21-20 lead, and I'll tell you what, you're going to know you've been through a football game. Not only the players, everybody involved. I'm sure the fans they came out in great numbers, looking them around the fence and everything. This is one of the premier games in the area, and it's lived up to its hype.
Oh, this game is definitely not disappointed, and I could not be more impressed with Columbus tonight. Absolutely, I thought this would be a good football game, but I didn't think it'd be this close, this great of a football game. I'll be perfectly honest. Columbus has really impressed me tonight. They were really fired up the whole game. They played extremely hard, and it really could come down to this 3rd down play right here.
Yeah, the Raiders ready to go now.
There's one more first down, and Frontenac can take a knee, and the game is over.
And then, we were talking about the timeout situation. You took one on the 2-point conversion, and then another time it's kind of, now you obviously wish you had those back. But
yep.
Raiders 3rd and 4 from the Titans 34-yard line, out of the gun. That's Malikas. Couple blocking backs to the left side, and he's going to run it that way and say, see if you can stop me. And boy, he's close to the first down.
He's going to be just short, about a half a yard short, and Columbus
timeout.
has called timeout. But obviously here, Frontenac's going to go for this. They've got it down. It's probably less than a yard from the looks of it. And, yeah, they had not just Bollinger in the backfield, but they also had Flora to lead block as well, trying to go behind A.J. Lusker again, try to get those blocks, and they came up I don't even think it's a full yard. It's probably about half a yard short of the first down. So this next play truly is the ball game.
Well, we were listening, to the coaches prior to, and Dan Grundy, very insightful, saying, talking about Brandon Malikas, he wanted anybody's hands but him. Well, Brandon Malikas, not a real strong start. I mean, they were struggling on offense. 22 carries, 170 yards, and through the air. Got him unofficially 7 of 15, 98 yards and 2 scores.
Well, and this drive has been all Malikas. It's and that's what you do with he's your best player. He's your senior quarterback. You're going to put the ball in his hands. Not to mention tactically, it gives you an extra blocker as well. So why not give it to your senior leader of that offense? And right now, I guarantee if he's not carrying the ball, I'll be shocked. And if he doesn't go to the left side, I'll be shocked.
4th and a foot. Raiders. From the Titans, 31-yard line. Malikas is going to line up under center. Trying to draw him offside, it almost looks like. Yeah, they could call a timeout. Now he's coming back. Play clock down to 8. Boy, oh boy. And he's going to keep it. He has the first down.
He's got it.
And the Raiders are going to clinch the CNC League title with a win against Baxter next week.
Well, I thought for a second that was on purpose, him running to the sideline. I thought it was going to be a direct snap, and then here he comes back, and it all looks kind of messed up and jumbled, and the play clock's winding down, and it's tense as all get out, Rob.
He turns around and talks to his fullback.
It's just unbelievable. It ends up being able to stretch out for the first down. The Raiders can now go in victory formation, take a knee, and get out of here with the W.
And take a deep breath and get ready to end the season next week at home against Baxter Springs. As the play clock down to 10. Go ahead and snap it now because you're going to be under it. Malikas under center, kneels, and that's going to do it. The Frontenac Raiders going to escape Columbus with a 21-20 win over the Titans, and the Raiders celebrating on the far sideline, and the Titans got to be disappointed, but they shouldn't be because, like you said, very impressed with this team and performance by both squads as they file along the 50-yard line. And like I say, you're going to have a couple of tired and sore teams after this one. We'll be back with the Performance Spine and Sport post-game show after we take a 2-minute break. 2 minutes, you're listening to the Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
CDL offers a comprehensive proactive maintenance program.
Why should you choose Pittsburg State University?
Nationally recognized academics.
Student-friendly tuition.
Incredible athletics. The amazing campus.
Whatever you're looking for in a university, you'll find it here.
It's why you belong.
It's why you belong at Pittsburg State University.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world. At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
The mark of a great body shop is no mark at all. Whether your vehicle has minor door dings, scratches, been in a fender bender, or just needs a complete makeover, Vietti Auto Body in Pittsburgh will make it look as good as new. Vietti Auto Body on East 4th in Pittsburgh since 1948. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Randy Southard, back at Columbus High School. Frontenac escapes with a 21-20 win over Columbus as we catch our breath, and we head to the Performance Spine and Sport postgame show. Recover faster with Performance Spine and Sport, specializing in treating soft tissue-related injuries that result from everyday work and play. Performance Spine and Sport inside the Meadowbrook Commons at Centennial and Broadway. And, of course, we'll have Mark Smith up for some postgame comments. Quickly go over the scoring summary. Scoreless first quarter. Columbus scored first with 11:20 left first half. 10-yard screen pass from Ridge Smith to Peyton Hale. The extra point attempt failed. It's Columbus 6, Frontenac nothing. 11:20 left in the first half. 6:48 remaining in the first half. Austin Model scored from 3 yards out. Trey Harris good on the extra point. Frontenac led Columbus 7-6 with 6:48 left in the first half. Minute 55 remaining in the first half. 38-yard touchdown pass, Malikas to Long. The extra point by Harris is good. Frontenac led Columbus 14-6 with 1:55 remaining in the first half. That was a halftime score. The Raiders up 14-6. And with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter, Keenan Stanley a yard run. The extra point attempt failed. Frontenac led Columbus 14-12 with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter. That's the way the third quarter ended with the Raiders up by a couple. 8:08 remaining. Columbus recaptured the lead. A 1-yard dive by Zach Porter. 2-point conversion by Stanley. And Columbus led Frontenac 20-14 with 8:08 remaining. And a quick response by the Raiders, 6:11 remaining. That was on a 6-yard pass from Malikas. And we think it was Isaac Bicknell who out-wrestled the defensive back for that touchdown pass. The all-important extra point by Trey Harris. Frontenac led 21-20 with 6:11 remaining. And the Raiders able to hold, make a defensive stop, and then run the clock out. And what an effort as Frontenac knocks off Columbus 21-20. And we'll get some comments from Raiders coach Mark Smith. I know he's got to be excited and spent. We've got to hand out some awards. First, the collision of the game, Vietti Auto Body and Alignment. When you find yourself involved in a collision on the streets, choose Vietti Auto Body and Alignment. With over 100 years of combined experience, Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on 4th Street since 1948. The Vietti Auto Body and Alignment Collision of the Game Award winner.
Ryan Long in the second quarter. Long run by Malikas that set up the Raiders' first touchdown of the game. It was Long that came in and got just a leveling block on the linebacker chasing after Malikas that sprung him down the sideline, setting up the Raiders' first score of the night. So Ryan Long, collision of the game.
The player of the game, Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union is a sound, quality-driven organization that provides the most desirable financial services for members while safeguarding their assets. With 4 locations across southeast Kansas to better serve the community, you can find them in Pittsburgh at 416 North Broadway. The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union Player of the Game Award winner.
It's got to be Brandon Malikas. 2 touchdowns in the air, including the game winner. 170 yards on the ground, including every yard of the last drive. It started with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. The Raiders got the football and were able to run the clock all the way out, and Brandon Malikos ran it every single time. He's the player of the game.
And the game-changing moment, play of the game, Pitt Realty. Buying and selling a home is one of the biggest events in a person's life. It should not be taken lightly. Pitt Realty promises to be there every step of the way, guiding and advising to see you through that transactions made are most beneficial for you, your family, and or business. The Pitt Realty game-changing moment or play of the game, I think I know what it's going to be. It's got end zone down here.
It's got to be in the end zone. Yeah, ripping the ball out of the defender's hands for the game-winning touchdown. It's got to be the game changer. But I tell you, Rob, I wrote down 8 different plays during this game that could have been the game changer of the game. Talk about back and forth and just a tremendous football game tonight.
Sounds great. Frontenac wins at 21-20, and joining me is Raiders coach Mark Smith with one of his. He brought with him one of his assistant coaches who who made that made the call to go ahead and then run the clock out. But Coach Mark Smith, whew, catch your breath. That was didn't disappoint by any means.
No, Columbus played tremendous. Had a great game plan on both sides of the ball. They were very physical. We knew their line on both sides was tough, and Eddington, number 50, was a great player. Stanley, so elusive, so athletic. Our defense just kept fighting and battling, and another great team win. That's what it was.
And, of course, they had the toss deferred. You got the football, and they made the stop, then came down, and you were behind for the first time in the season, and you kind of look back, wait for that response. They had a good response.
No, I thought about it this week. I was like, had we been behind all season? And after that, we had a great second quarter because they kind of controlled that first quarter on us, and it was good to see our face a little adversity, and our kids played very well. And we needed a second half like that where we were tired. See if we'd make those mental mistakes, and we made a few, but we needed a fourth quarter battle like that. And Isaac made a huge play on that touchdown, and our defense stepped up after that and got a big stop.
And they jumped out early, got behind, and you mentioned the defense. It looked like anything they were doing, they were running through us. You didn't have an answer on that end, on that outside linebacker coming up. But then I don't know if any adjustments are made or the kids just responded and started kind of stepping it up and slowing things down.
No, they did. They made some adjustments. We were getting hooked a little bit too easy in that first half. But Cal and Jake Wilbur did a tremendous job making plays, making them stretch it out wide, and just slowing it down where we can get our speed on defense to get to the ball. But they scored in that second half, and our kids really responded. Went right back down, got the lead back, which was huge. Got the momentum back, and our defense got the momentum from our offense, and you could see it when we were there on the field.
Yeah, we had fallen behind by the score, got 2 scores up, and then you're thinking, boy, that next one would be all important. And they got to halftime, got ahead, and then another response.
Yeah, it was kind of back and forth. They matched ours and we matched theirs, and it was just a very well played game by both teams. I don't know there were some turnovers which were huge, but you're going to have that with good defenses. So I thought both teams played pretty well, and I wouldn't be shocked if we have to play them again in the playoffs if we were fortunate enough to get that far.
And we mentioned it seems like every post game, but man, you got a player like Brandon Malikos. That makes coaching easy, but boy, he just did an outstanding job. Took things in his hands, and with the help of the line and blocking, Max Bollinger blocking real well, like he has every game, had an outstanding performance once again.
He did. I should be fired if I didn't give him the ball on that last drive, but he would have kicked my butt anyways, so I would have been in the hospital if I didn't give him the ball. But the O-line took pride on that last drive to keep the ball away from them, and that left side did tremendous because we kept running behind them. And can't say enough about our seniors. They kept their composure. They just kept being positive and being good leaders.
And we were saying also, didn't disappoint, but you're going to have some sore kids waking up tomorrow morning. There was some hitting going on out there, some stroking.
They're going to be sore, and film probably won't be very pretty at times, but I told them it's going to be a great learning tool for next week and into the playoffs, and I think this will really help us moving forward.
And again, you return home, take on Baxter Springs, and of course, a lot riding on it now as you're talking to the league and then getting that momentum heading into the playoffs. But all things considered, you got to be ecstatic where you are right now.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, if we can win next week, win league, win district, get a home playoff game. So that's all on our mind right now. We got to go take care of business against Baxter and do the little things a little better next week.
Okay, we appreciate you coming on up here. I know a lot of folks over there hanging around kind of celebrating, and I know that's got to be exciting. And guys, try and kick back for a couple hours, and then you get back after it.
Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning. I gave him an extra hour to
Oh boy, heart as big as Texas. I'll
That's
tell you
right.
what. That's Mark Smith. He's excited. The Frontenac Raiders knocked off the Columbus Titans by a score of 21-20. Proved to 8-0, 2-0 in district play. The Titans fall to 7-1, 1-1 in district play. And boy, it's going to be easy to sleep tonight. I can't imagine the players and the coaches, but just watching up here is like on edge.
I'm exhausted from watching this thing. I mean, it just was a great football game, the ebbs and flows of it, and Coach would know better than me, but I think absolutely right, the senior leadership on this team. You didn't see Frontenac panic out there one bit, and that has to be senior leadership to just stick with it, and we'll come away with the victory, and that's what happened.
There it did. So that'll do it. Frontenac Raiders remain unbeaten with a 21-20 win over Columbus. Again, appreciate Noah Mansour back at the station, doing an outstanding job on the board, and of course, Little Milk on the camera, providing the stream, does a wonderful job. The kid from Howard West Elk is what I call him. Now, I got to tell you, this Loudermilk kid from Howard West Elk is at Wisconsin. Our cameraman, when Loudermilk was a sophomore, he started above him as a senior at Howard West Elk. So he didn't want to mention that. He's a little modest, but if you didn't see him, ask about it. Of course, Randy Southern, great job. The Raiders knock off the Titans 21-20, and you've been listening to Frontenac Raiders on Fox Sports 1340 AM.
Were you excited? Were you excited? Good job. Yep. Now you get to relax. Tell Dad to relax a little bit. What you got, bud? Oh. Ooh, you got a stamp. What's on it? Nice. I bet it's a Titan. Oh, I thought it was Titan. You got a star? Well, good job, man. That's cool. Dave, was Cal doing anything? I can't. I think he was getting the help you. He was. Huh? Oh, I know.
I was like, what are the ends supposed to do?
It's so hard because if you go up the field, they go underneath it. But if you don't go up the field, then they're going to run the swing around you.
They're not supposed to be doing that block back again on that return, are they?
They're not supposed to do that.
Credited, man. That's bull.
That was
right
bull.
there.
They got rid of that crackback the year after.
Oh, he got. I didn't see who it was. He got nailed.
It was Hemby.
We had plays built around doing it until they made the
that one pissed me off. Imagine that, me get pissed off. No.